Hi, everybody. You know, someday we will create a show which is behind the screens. Oh wait, no, we have that show. Never mind. I take all of that away. Someday you'll know what happens before the cameras go live, and I promise you it is glorious and awful in so many ways. So many ways. But hi, welcome. You're here watching Geek Space TV. If you've never encountered us before, congratulations. You're in for a delightful treat. Oh, I guess we're not in for a delightful treat. Pray, tell me more.
No, I just wanted to make that noise after something.
Okay, cool. Thanks, you're great. Appreciate you too. So, I like to think you're in for a delightful treat. We are going to be presenting Worlds Beyond, our second episode of a brand new show using the Cypher System Strange setting by Monty Cook Games. By the way, they have a Kickstarter out for an entirely different product, but it's also a really cool product, so you should go check out Monty Cook. They are wonderful people. And I'm going to say that I should probably rephrase, check out Monty Cook Games and not check out Monty Cook, who is an actual person who would probably not appreciate that.
Check me out. What's it all about my games?
My games.
I would like someone to clip that and then tweet that at Monty Cook, please. That's all we need. That is all we need. I hope he has a sense of humor. I'm not sure if it's the right kind.
No.
Sorry. But yeah, you're fine. But that is the game that we're going to be playing today. And you were watching Geek Space TV. We're a non-profit broadcasting studio in the Seattle area. And we're very delighted to be here with some amazing people. I do have some very quick reminders and announcements for you. As a reminder that Monday nights we will be having Eat, Pray, Kill is still going on. So check that out next Monday night, 7 p.m. on this channel. And also, this weekend is Geek Girl Con. So if you're going to be at Geek Girl Con, you should come say hello to us because we will have a booth there and we will be very excited to yell at you. But if you're at something like TwitchCon, I heard that's a thing, maybe you'll see some other people there.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
I can't disclose that information.
I'm glad you are already in character. So if you're going to be at Geek Girl Con, please come say hello to us. Also, if you would like to submit fan art, we have a much easier way for you to do that. Hashtag GSFanArt. I would love to see some ridiculous fan arts of any of the shenanigans that these characters have gotten up to, or characters from other shows, as we begin to get to know them. If you use that hashtag, then we can find your tweet, find your fan art, and also if you would like to have your work credited, specifically with anything other than just your Twitter handle, then we have a form for you to fill out. You only need to fill that out once, and that can be found over in our Discord or in our chat. I believe ! Fan art, as evidenced by chat, will provide that information to you. And lastly, and actually most importantly, we have a very important announcement. This weekend, the clocks change for most of the world, but not for the United States. So all of our shows will be happening an hour earlier than you expect them to be happening. So we are at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we will be staying at Pacific time. So just pay attention to that, meaning both next week's shows, Eat, Pray, Kill, and Worlds Beyond, will be happening an hour earlier than you expect them, as everywhere else in the world falls back, and we do not, because we are like that. I think it's an hour earlier. Maybe it's an hour later.
Fall back, spring forward.
No, that didn't help. So if they're 7 p.m.
because
they're 6
America.
I don't know. They're
so if everybody else
becomes their 1 in the morning,
takes a nap for an hour, then we are like it's like that whole joke where like the person who steps forward and everyone else steps back. Like, we'll be ahead, but only because everyone else is taken back.
And to be clear, if you are based in the United States, unless you're in any of those weird states/counties that don't deal with this nonsense, in which case you're probably used to not dealing with this nonsense and everyone else having this nonsense happening, then the time will not be changing. What I am saying is check the time zones next week if you show up.
they're all the world except for the United States is falling through a dimension.
Yeah, and
Okay,
we will
basically, yeah.
try and maybe we'll just vamp for a full hour, so like the show's still at the same
It'll
time.
be
But
like,
you show up, you show up an hour late. You didn't miss anything.
We're vampires.
It's vamping.
That is fair. As you know, vampires
I'm
got
not
vamp,
vaping
vamp,
at
vamp,
first,
vamp,
so we're just
vamp.
gonna be.
the whole time. Okay, we're ready for a showdown.
I had coffee for the first time in several months, so
You're ready. So.
feeling it.
Excellent. So on that news, that is the important thing. Check the time zones. It'll only be next week. After that, it all goes back to normal. Next week, I know this show will be having a super fun, spoopy special episode, but it will still be happening. It'll be Halloween-y goodness. I think that's the main announcement. Yes, over there in the corner.
Will there be candy provided for us?
Yes.
Because it's gonna be Halloween and I could be trick or treating, and instead
You could be true. I'm
Or
impressed.
caramel apples.
mean,
caramel
yeah,
apples.
this is a
All right,
fair.
I'm doing
fair.
this. This is fair. I'm writing it on a post-it note. Means it probably will happen.
We should get caramel apples. That's better. Popcorn balls than candy.
Candy.
I like candy.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I love candy corn, and I am definitely in the minority on this.
I love candy corn.
It is on my folder.
I love chocolate.
Chocolate, yes.
Chocolate.
So, on that note, other quick comments, reminders, whatever you want to refer to them as. Thank you in advance for any of your donations that come through during the show. I will be reading them out at the break and then again at the end of the show. We do appreciate them. The weekly cost is below me, so you can see how you can help us continue to create sweet content like this, pay the people for being here, pay the people who are behind the screens being here, and all those other wonderful people involved with Geek Space TV. And also, if you are unable to help in a financial way, also totally cool. You can host us, you can tweet about it, you can share it on various social media networks, you can grab someone with their consent and say, hey, you should watch this show. This is me holding on to someone's shirt.
With
And then they're your friends, so then you have a tender moment. I don't know. And also, you can check out our Patreon for regular, recurring monthly subscriptions/donations, where we have some sweet rewards. And I saw what is going to be sent to some people soon, and it's very cool and pokey. So, with that, let us reintroduce who our players are and who they are playing. I would also like them to add in what they can choose to say their pronouns, but also specifically what their characters' pronouns are, so that we can all be on the same page. And then I will jump us into the story. So let's start with the corner over here. I want to point out we're sitting in a triangle, so everyone's on a corner.
Hi, I'm Shell Game. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, although I'm not really doing anything on Twitch right now, so you can mostly find me on Twitter and Instagram. You know, doing stuff there. And I play Inan. Her pronouns are she, her. Very sexually she, her. I was going to come up with a better way to say that.
Your pronouns, but I'm
I
taking it.
mean, that is
Hi,
how
my
she
name
is.
is Lauren. I use she, her pronouns sexually. She, her pronouns.
Sexually. Very sexually. I think a few people, actually only you know that her parents are diplomats. Only Dale knows. I think.
I don't know anything.
Nobody knows anything.
No,
about
Dale doesn't.
Anon.
No, I don't know anything.
There's nothing to be known.
No.
I mean, that's the simple...
Why do people think I know things?
And
It's
what don't you know about yourself?
What?
All of you.
Oh, me? I am totally Anthony James Renaud. I'm sorry, no. I'm Del Fink. Him, his.
He, him. is
He,
the
him.
only way to
Okay,
say it.
sorry.
That's okay.
He,
Technically,
him.
it'd be he, him, his.
He, him, his character. I know nothing.
And he knows nothing.
I know nothing.
And who are you? The person playing you.
Oh, I'm Bonsai. I'm Bonsai.
Do I need to write us like a little
Yes.
script? Cool.
Yes.
There you go.
I love
I'm-
sentence stems.
Yes.
Just a fun one.
So
a little-
Bonsai, I'm
my
Bonsai
name.
Baby on Twitch, but Bonsai Baby on Instagram and Twitter, and yeah, you could just I'm mostly on Twitch, rarely on Instagram, but very much on Twitter. If you want to just see lots of random things, that follow me
With
on
like
Twitter.
good doggo pictures.
I do like good doggo pictures.
You have good doggos.
More than one?
No,
I
it's
guess you
multiple of the same doggo,
Yeah.
but in different
I'm
costumes.
sorry, I
think-
broke your
wait,
heart.
in different costumes?
No, I just kind of throw my clothes on him because he's the same size as me.
I feel like I need to. I'm
Yes.
learning so much in this moment.
So good. And who are you?
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, What Is Kiss, aka Nathan, aka Mr. Darcy, aka Midwestern Wasting for this game, aka Oswald Oz Duke.
What?
Oswald, yeah, Oz Duke.
Oz Duke.
Yeah, Oswald Duke.
Duke.
Oh.
Yeah, Duke.
Okay.
Dukes. Thanks. My Dukes. You can find me on Twitter at What Is Kiss, and for this game, you can also find me here at geekspace.tv for this game as well, playing Oswald Dukes, him. Oswald is someone who's seen a lot of stuff and doesn't actually want to be around all the stuff that he's seen, especially if there are nefarious, very tiny people around.
Fair. Like baby sized.
Young, yes.
Very young.
Yeah. Like,
And who
Red?
are you?
Hi, a lot of you know me on Twitch and Twitter. I am Jackie Dash, Jakidash. Oh, sweet. But during this game, I know this, in the pines when the sky was night, I took a breath, or pine night for short. He, him pronouns, and he is an intergalactic knight.
Pretty boy?
Unconfirmed yet. I don't think anyone else has been like, he is a pretty boy. And I don't think you can judge yourself and say you're a pretty boy.
I'm just
It's
remembering.
okay. Anon will handle that.
Nom's on it. Nom's on it. And on it.
Oh, look at
on
Grimloss.
it. That's smart.
It's a terrifying emote. Sorry.
why would
Bad
someone
babies.
make that emote?
Anyway, blame Blue Jay.
Why would someone talk about bad babies?
Why wouldn't you make that
Bad
emote is
babies,
the
bad
real
babies.
question.
What you
Hi,
gonna
my name
do?
is Random Tuesday, and I will be the GM for this evening, and I'm delighted to be here. It's not a mess at all. Coordinated chaos. So, The Strange is a... it's the dark energy network is how it is described. It is essentially the space between dimensions, and there happens to be countless numbers of dimensions that are located as these little tiny pockets within the Strange. Now, Earth is a prime world, so we are not a separate dimension, but we are surrounded by these dimensions, and they keep us protected from the Strange and the monsters that lurk within this dark energy network that exists. So you can imagine, like, the Strange is like space, but chaotic and magical. And the recursions are like tiny planets that exist within it. That's probably the correct analogy. And all of our players, they are characters that have recently been approached by a group based on Earth called the Estate. And the Estate works pretty hard to try and make sure that no one manages to make to make Earth threatened by the Strange, to essentially keep it safe, keep the recursions stable, keep them all there. The worst thing that could happen would be that Earth would make a direct connection to the Strange, attract the attention of giant planet-consuming monsters, and subsequently become consumed. So they're pretty bent on making sure that that doesn't happen. Our players are either from Earth and have shown certain unique abilities, or they are from a different recursion and have been met and encountered by members of the Estate, and have all been banded together in a group. Now, they were going on a fairly routine mission led by an individual named Jade, who was played by Janine, or is currently played by Janine. And I shouldn't just use the past tense when referring to Jade. It's a little ominous. A little ominous. So Jade was kind of is their mentor and served as has been a member of the Estate for a while, has clearly been on a number of missions, kind of knows a little bit about what's going on, and led them through on a super normal routine mission to a recursion called Arden, a sort of magical, kind of high fantasy setting, and they all translated there through a gate. It was super simple, and they were supposed to make contact with an individual that they have been tracking by the name of Quinn Sharp, I believe was the name.
Yep,
that I
Quinn
gave.
Sharp.
Thank you. I'm glad my players remember things.
Riley Howell.
Riley Howell is someone else, but they're
Random
also
bartender.
Random bartender.
Is that a
that I
random
talked
bartender?
to.
No, Riley Howell
It's
is
all
the
about
field
the emo
operative lead.
kids in the
They're kind of your Earth contact. And Claire, no, I've got Bielzanar. Bielzanar was one of the random people in a bar. I need like 26 dice, which are just letters, and I can just roll them, and like, or like,
And it'd be Yahtzee every day.
yeah, and then I can just make names that way. That would be about as accurate as the way I make names.
I actually have character developer dice that like you get like a like a class and a species, and you just
cool.
roll it.
That's cool. That's
That's
cool.
super handy.
I use my yes no die a lot. It's very helpful for decision making. So they went to a tavern that was I wrote this one down too. There was the Stumbling Merchant in the merchant district of the city of Hazarium, and they found out that Quinn had kind of gone missing. And well, I guess that was the main concern. Quinn hadn't made contact with the person they were supposed to make contact with, so they ended up tracking down where Quinn lives. They broke in, but realized someone else had in fact done that more recently than them. And they went inside. They found evidence that Quinn's place had been ransacked, that there was some sort of conflict, probably some sort of physical fight. And then our sneaky little Dale over here, he found the back room, opened the door, and then they were swarmed by shadow monsters. Little shadow monsters.
As you do.
So they spent a while fighting those. And unfortunately, right at the end of our episode last week, Jade made just a mighty punch that did not go well for her as she was rendered unconscious, thrown back in the room as sort of a strange, like, darkness kind of settling over her skin. So we will repaint our scene as all of our players are in this room. The fight has ended. The creature has dissipated into nothingness. The group some of them are sort of largely clustered in one area where they were fighting against this creature. Dale has gone into the side room with, I believe, the only light. So the room that they were in,
I mean,
oh no,
His hands
your
are-
hands are on fire, illuminating the darkness around you. And you see the figure of Jade. She she punches into the swirling mass of darkness and gets hurled backwards and collapses on the ground.
Anan like walks over and pulls Jade's head into her lap and like tries to wake her up, just like, hey, she's not stirring.
This is the most like gentle, like there's no urgency to this. It's just like, hi,
she's like,
just
"Hey,
like gently stroking the side of her
Time
face.
to wake up now.
Not
You
at
can
all
wake up
medical.
now. It's not like
Yeah.
it's just like you can do this. You've got this.
Yeah, she's just like Jade is clearly unconscious, like eyes closed, and I guess kind of that like weird like half closed, where it's like you kind of see like the bottom of the whites of her eyes as her head sort of lolls back a little bit in your hand, and you can see her punch-in hand, the one that she punched the darkness with. The other one is still kind of tucked under her robes. I punched the darkness.
Punch the darkness.
You can see that there's like kind of a gray sort of like shadow, almost as if like there's sort of like a bit of darkness like kind of running its way up her arm.
That's she okay? Is she breathing? Is she dead? If we die here, are we dead?
She's not dead. You can. Oh yeah. Do you ask that question?
Yeah. If we die here, are we dead? I usually at this point things get kind of someone shows up and then I get back out. I'm back at home. I try to forget it, then it happens again. I'm back home. But if we
Would I hear this?
Would Anan?
I mean, you're just in like the side room, and they're basically in the doorway to the room.
Would Anan know the answer to that question with her adventures in the strange?
You've been around. Have you been to Arden before?
I don't think she's been to. I made it canon last time that she hasn't been to Arden. Arden's new for her, but she's been to other divisions.
Dale?
You can give me some information based on just general, like what happens in recursions. Go ahead, and this will be to know specifically about Arden. I'll say this is a difficulty 4 task.
Okay.
So you need a 12 or higher.
Do you have any
Do you have any skills or something that might help you make this easier? And same, Dale, like you're overhearing this if you want to.
I could go ahead and do that. It's minus. I got the feat for mine is investigation, so I get minus level.
Yeah,
grade.
I would say this applies because I think you have knowledge of like the strange investigation. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this will be
strange.
3, so 9 or higher for you.
Okay.
12 or higher.
I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that would help. Well, my intellect.
9 exactly.
9 exactly. Okay. You can choose to spend effort on it if you would like.
Oh, I got a 20.
A natural 20.
A natural 20.
And then
So,
some.
a natural 20 means that
Jade
you
comes
get
back to
a
life.
major effect. Jade does not come back to life. That would be poetic, as it was a
And she's
natural
also
one
not dead.
that rendered her unconscious. But with a natural 20, you get a major effect, which means that I will give you the actual full piece of information.
Oh, wow.
So Dale, with your 9, with a success, you're kind of like, well, in most recursions, it's really based on the law of the recursion. So like, if you're on Earth, when you die, you're dead. If you're on a place that's like around weird science, if you die, you might get turned into like a mutant or something like that.
Okay.
It's, or you could be resuscitated. They might have technology for that.
Magic
This place is
bones.
magic, so like weird shit can happen around magic. There might be sort of like resuscitation, or not resuscitation, like resurrection sort of stuff that could happen. You know, and on like you've heard this before, and you can decide how it is. You've been told this information that when you die in Arden, once you're here, you follow the laws of Arden, and in Arden, they die, but when they die, they become spirits, and those spirits follow the path of the dead. And they end up in essentially the kind of underrealm. There's like an underworld, and you get judged. And sometimes people can be brought back. But once you die and become a spirit, you can't translate out. So even though you're not dead, you are stuck in Arden. But you're dead, but not dead.
Well,
You can choose how do you explain that to Taz.
Schrodin's box. Wait, that's what it is, right? Schrodin's box. The one with the cat in the box. It's a cat in a box.
Schrodinger's?
Dale just yells this from the other room. The cat's in the box!
Why would you put a feline in a
To
box?
see if it's dead or not. If you open it up, then you killed it.
Well,
Did we kill Jade by coming here?
no.
why not? It's easier to kill a cat out of a box because then you could.
But the poison's in the box.
The question is more, is the cat alive or is the cat dead? And you won't know until you open the box. In the moment before you open the box, it is in both states. But in answer to your question before, the reality is that you can get stuck here permanently. When you die, you enter the path of the dead. And sometimes you can return, but either way, your spirit is bound to this world in a reality that is enchanting and terrifying.
Like a
Although I don't
Casper.
think she's dead.
Oh, shoot.
You hear like a...
Definitely not dead.
All right, then. You can do something, right? Bring Jade. Can we? She still has her spirit in her, so we can bring her back, right?
Well, I'm hoping she's just unconscious and, I mean, she's breathing, so,
Cool.
yeah.
Right. We gotta get out of here then. That's all right. Let's
what
get
are
out
you
of here.
doing in the other room?
So
Well, they're like not sure what to do with an
Bonnie's
unconscious
just standing there
body.
and be like,
while they're doing that,
Yeah.
I'm going to. There has to be something in this room.
Cool.
That, and also if there's extra somethings in this room, just looking for the things.
You want to investigate the room.
Yes, investigate
So
the
what's your primary goal? Is it to find information on what Quinn was looking for? Or is it to find evidence for where people went? Because there's kind of a whole bunch of things. So if you tell
there's
me
so
like
much.
what your goal is.
What Quinn? I feel like the main thing is whatever Quinn was looking for. I gotta find the answers because
Okay.
it's super secret.
Quinn was excited about something. You want to
Yeah.
know what it was Quinn
I
was
want to
excited
know
about.
what
Cool.
So mine is
So for this, I will say it's a demanding challenge.
okay, and that's even with the.
That does not account for anything. I give you just the first number, and
Okay.
then you modify it from there. So this is currently difficulty task level 3.
So it's a task level 3. I think I could probably make it easier with premonition.
Premonition gives you a specific information. If Quinn was in here, I would say maybe you could use it, but it doesn't. It's more like creatures or like a specific object, and a room is too broad for premonition. You could apply effort if you would like to make this easier.
I'll try applying some effort.
Okay, so it's 3 points minus your edge.
So it's 2 points.
2 points for that for the first, and that will drop it down to a difficulty 2.
so they only need to roll 6, right?
So in this game, I always set the difficulty, and then you tell me what you do to make it easier, and one of those things can be applying effort, which is spending points out of your pool.
No.
Okay, what did you roll out of curiosity?
2.
Yeah,
2. I wrote a 2, but
It's dark. You need help.
I need to smack my
I think
leg.
if like there were more of you searching this whole place, you might be able to find something. Like you have this feeling, and you're not wrong. Like there is something in here, but you don't know where to look. Quinn was messy. Everything's been like tipped over. Like it's just gonna take you a long time to sort through all of this. So I would say you will become successful eventually, but if you get help, it might be sooner.
no, I'm just gonna find. I need help.
Anon.
Mosey back into the other room.
And like, I think
And
Pine's
see
gonna
what-
move forward and he's gonna like gently like motion like, may I? And he's gonna scoop Jade up and kind of just like, then just over shoulder.
Just gentle.
Gently. Oof.
Your talents are better searching. I will watch Captain. We need to continue.
Take good care of her.
This room's a mess back here, guys. Is everything all right in there? And I'll just look. What?
Yeah.
I also have lights. So. Ting, ting.
Young Oz, go help.
All right.
Does that hurt at all? Because this is the first time we see him on fire,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. What? Your hands are just on fire all the time. Or
Yeah.
can you take it? Can you turn them off?
Oh yeah.
Do you do that? Because like you're about to touch someone.
Oh, I snuffed this one out.
Yeah, we're only holding non-burning hands.
Yeah. You're like, and then you're like,
Shoot. I'm sorry. There we go.
Oh,
you just have
Nicely
one
done.
finger.
That's interesting. Can I wave my hand close to the flame?
I don't. If you've done stuff, I know it. I don't wanna. It's a thing. It's just best if we don't.
Explain.
It's like a lie detector test.
Explain more.
It knows
Backtracking
if you're a
history.
bad person or not.
wait, your finger does?
The fire does.
The fire does?
Yeah, the fingers are just a conduit to the fire.
How interesting.
No,
Yeah.
no, not really.
Does it know whether you are bad or not? Because the fire is touching you.
Yeah, all of it. But I know that enough, which kind of amplifies things. So I try to kind of just keep to myself and away from other people. People are the worst, by the way.
When did this manifest?
The person that brought us here isn't living right now. You're in a hole. We're looking for Quinn, and we need to get out of here before we all turn into ghosts, and then we're stuck here forever.
Come investigate.
Shoot.
Hey, you're not a bad person.
You know that line where you're not a bad person, but also not a good person because you refuse to do good stuff?
Most people live on that line.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Let's go.
You're so kind. Oz is so nervous as you step into it's a small room. Like if you imagine, so this is like a 1-bedroom apartment that Quinn was living in, and so you were in kind of the living room area, like living room, dining room, and there was like a kind of, you could see like a kitchen beyond one area, and you're in like a side room that clearly you're not sure if Quinn sleeps in here. Like there might be a bed in one corner, but it's like it's all study. Like it's desks, there's papers, there's things everywhere. Like this is the room in which Quinn does all of his work and his research.
Oh. Udana's definitely gonna like start looking around the room and just like trying to figure out like, okay, so what secrets does he possibly have?
So, for searching with a group, you can be helping each other.
Okay.
Oh.
I would like to
Oh.
actually assist the group.
Oh, you've got an ability for this, yes.
Sure do.
Okay, what is it that
Yeah.
you'd like to do? And then helping, essentially helping works in one of two ways. It depends on whether or not you have the same level of skill or you have a different level of skill. So if you have a different level of skill, then you can actually make it, you can make it one step easier for the person who is not trained. Or you can just add +1 to the roll, to the flat number.
I would like to encourage everyone else to reduce the difficulty of the task that everyone is doing. I
Okay.
assume searching by 1.
What's this ability? And I assume, and
Encouragement. Bring up the thing that it says on the thing.
That's okay.
Do
You don't.
like crawl in with Jade? Sorry.
No,
It's not like a hidey hole. This is just a
Yeah.
room. It was
Oh,
like
it's
you're
a room,
going
it's
through
just
like a
like-
regular door. It's just a room that doesn't have windows.
Yeah.
It's also like it was a skinny hole. So
It's a normal human-sized door. It might be a little bit cumbersome to carry a person through
it'll
the
be
door,
fine.
but it's a normal human-sized door.
Oh, I guess, while I'm coming in here, can I look for light sources? Because we can just be in the dark this whole time, but we could also
That
light
you
stuff
definitely
up.
would have found. There's like a snuffed-out lamp on the table that you could get really lit.
Fantastic Four, Oz. Can you flame on this?
Yeah.
Flame on?
Flame on.
Oh, yes.
The
Could
flame
you
is upon your
on?
finger.
Yeah, it.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, did
And,
he
like-
throw that actually?
I can do a little Mustang action. A Roy Mustang.
Can throw what?
Dale like grabs a sheet of paper from the table and just starts writing.
Oh
notes
no,
down.
I have a notebook.
Oh,
that
there,
I,
in your many pocketed.
in my
outfits.
mini pocketed outfits.
Anon has been trying to read
The
it.
the light flares, and the room is now not just illuminated by the lamp. It's still kind of dimly lit. Like this is clearly meant to illuminate like the desk area, but it will make it a little bit less frustrating to search through everything.
As I continue to spin encouragement.
Okay, so you're gonna spin encouragement. Yes, that's your spinner ability.
1.1 edge, so.
Perfect. So it is neutral for you, and then it for one action that people do.
Well, you maintain the twist through the ongoing inspiring. Your allies within a short range modify the difficulty of one of the following type of tasks, your choice, by one step to their benefit.
Sweet.
So any skill that you're trained in or specialize in action.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
So for searching, excellent. So who would like to do the search? Who would like to help, or you can choose to roll separately and not help each other.
I'll help.
Okay.
Because I've been bad at rolls.
So for you, this will be same as before. It is a difficult challenge, so it is difficulty 4 to search the room for information on what Quinn was working on.
Okay.
What do you have? You have help from him to make it easier. You are trained,
Yes.
so it is also help from him
Strange
to make
training.
it easier. So you can drop it down by 2 for that.
Lovely. So how many am I trying to roll against? Sorry, I don't have my
Lovely.
handy dandy.
This is 2. Oh, I have.
Oh,
Yeah. Yay! I was looking for these, but I didn't want to
Box.
ask for things.
Yeah, just to remind me. I was like,
lovely.
why did I put these in the box? And the answer was because I didn't want to leave them on the table.
Sure.
But they're
They're
somewhere.
very deep in the box.
wow.
I was using the books.
Perhaps the cat is also in the box.
the cat is
Oh, no,
also
leave the
maybe
cat
in the
alone.
box. It
Thank you
could be
very
alive
much.
or it could be dead.
So what am I rolling? What's my task difficulty again? Two now.
So it's a 6.
Love it.
That's
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, natural
a
20.
Natural 20.
Your dice are on fire.
Save
Again,
for battle.
with a natural 20, like the light gets turned on, and you just look, and there is just a piece of paper. Like, it's right there. But I will also
diary.
give you, yeah, it's like, dear diary, today I found, no. You find a piece of paper, and like on it, you sort of pick it up and you start looking at it, and you see some pieces of information that are scrawled on it. You see a map, and you, it takes you a moment, but you kind of recognize it. It's like, like someone draws like a really crappy map of a particular location, and it's all just like blah blah blobby sort of lines.
Yeah.
And like you picture it out, and you're like, oh, this is a map of Arden. It's kind of this sort of like oval shape with like some squiggles, and then there's like dots around the edge, and there's like just sort of a star labeled on it, and you're able to figure out like, oh, it's referencing the Borderlands, which is essentially the kind of like floating islands that operate around that exist around the edge of Arden, and these islands are like half in the Strange because Arden is literally in a bubble. Like you can see the Strange if you get too close to the edges of it.
Okay.
And so these islands are very close to the edge of that bubble. And then you see like some scrawled somewhere else on the notes, just like the word like cipher, extreme cipher, yes! Exclamation points.
Strong bad.
Like yes. So you get the impression like this is some information on what Quinn was looking at, but a large like kind of the area that's circled isn't particularly specific. So you don't feel like you could follow this map to find the thing, but you're like, okay, he found a particularly intense cipher. It's located in the Borderlands. The other thing that you find, and you kind of like your eyes as you're looking at this piece of paper with your beautiful natural 20, your eyes sort of drift to the ground, and you see something like hatches this like glint.
It hatches?
catches a glint, catches your eye.
The egg
I'm
is
sorry.
returned!
I'm sorry. You will never find out what happened to that egg.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I just was like, another egg! More surprise!
And you kind of look, and you bend down, and you pick this up, and it's you realize like a pin. It's sort of a badge that you're supposed to attach to like clothing. Maybe use it as like a cloak pin. Maybe hide it somewhere. And it's this sort of small circular medallion, and there's an image on it, and you take a look at it, and it looks like a sort of almost like a spindly sort of tree, like a tree without any leaves on it, except for one. There's like one clear single leaf on the tree.
Do I have any idea what that means?
You don't recognize the symbol. You could definitely hazard a guess that this, like, because you see it, the clasp looks like it's a bit broken, like it got pulled off or ripped off. So this likely fell off one of the people that was here
Oh, okay.
in the scuffle.
Interesting. Does this look familiar to any of you?
It's a tree. It has one leaf on it.
Dale? Does this look familiar?
Takes it, bites it. Is
What are
it
you trying to learn about it?
maybe this is a special kind of steel? You never know.
Okay. You wanna know like what is its material properties?
No, I just always bite things.
You just bite things. Okay.
There you
I
go.
mean, you can roll if you want to learn something about it.
I
It'll be-
do, I
we'll
will.
make it
This is-
difficulty
this
too.
is in character.
It's totally in character.
May I also investigate the object using the
Ooh,
understanding.
11.
It's a soft metal. Like it
Yes.
gives a little bit. It doesn't taste weird. Yeah, we'll come back to that. It doesn't taste particularly weird.
Maybe not.
Your best
poison.
guess? Probably like some sort of gold, maybe not solid gold, but like a
Goldish.
pewter with a gold plating on it.
Oh.
So it's got gold plating. So it's obviously can't be elves.
Oh, what?
I mean, potentially. There is one way to find out.
Not
Can
dead,
you melt
not
that clasp
poisonous.
back together?
Yeah.
I'd like to use the pin.
I don't think your fire gets hot enough for this. So
Oh no, I can't.
I think you're operating around like
Wait, I didn't
wood,
indent it, did I?
wood fire. No.
Oh.
It's just like it's soft. Like you can sense. No, the clasp was already.
I
broken.
wanted to fix
Technically,
it up so that she could just wear it.
He can
and-
try. It would
can
just
try.
mean that he has to be above.
This
It's
might
possible.
be this might be an actually impossible challenge. You have to roll 30 or higher. Well, it's just one of those like you're.
Super like high finesse. And
It doesn't.
Also,
It's very high finesse. Like it's probably not an
and
impossible
we're in the crawl
challenge.
space still, right?
Oh my goodness, here.
It's a room. I
Dale-
want to
Dale
clarify.
was-
You're in a small room. It's not a crawl space.
Dale's
It's
gonna-
a small room.
The room just gets smaller the longer we're in it.
We're in the cardboard box.
I live downtown Seattle. My room is a crawl space.
I mean, yes. Fair. It could be a closet that's been turned into a study, but it's like a walk-in closet.
$2,800.
Can
Yeah. Yeah.
can Dale just
okay.
take it and like with most pins you can just kind of fix it that way?
It's the clasp on the back. So if you imagine it's like a metal coin, and then someone has attached a pin to the back of it, and the pin just got like bent. You could probably
So you
fix
can
it, but you
smash
probably don't need
it to be fixed.
Smashing it will make it more broken. Yes,
Oh, okay.
you can attempt to fix it, and like you can get it warm. Let's make this challenging. So
I would
you
like to help.
5 or higher. How are you helping?
I am a leader, and so I'm just gonna. Pine just goes, young Oz who talks to themselves very often.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whose fire burns bright, but one does not see it.
Oh. Okay.
As in you.
Yeah. Hit me.
You can do this.
Thanks.
Fix this class.
Thanks.
Just super intense Pine.
So
over
what
the
is your
shoulder.
leadership skill do to you?
For one intelligence point, I can give advice, like I just did.
That was not advice, so I want to know how you're going to make this into advice.
Man.
That was a pep talk. That's the encouragement, but you're not a
Sorry.
spinner.
Bend it this way.
Oh.
Every character is trained for one role.
Okay. Do you have to have the skill to help them?
No,
with it?
I give advice.
You give Not necessarily good advice.
Dad Pine. Thanks, Dad Pine.
Cool. So Pine's advice is bend it this way.
Um,
So you are now trained in clasp repair
yes.
for
one
this
round.
action.
Awesome. And while they're passing back and forth, I was like, hey, can I was taking a glance at it, and especially when Dale put it in his mouth, I was wondering if I can use the understanding spin.
Yeah, what does that do?
So I can observe an object or creature, and the next time I interact with it, when it comes back around to me, whatever interaction I have with it reduces the difficulty by 1 rank.
Okay, so you want to observe this class to make it easier to repair or to make it easier to do something else?
Any sort of interaction at first, it was just to figure out what it is, if I've seen it, or if I recognize it before. So should I make 2 separate rolls?
Let's start with the repair. So, I don't know if this will. Yeah, sure, whatever. You can make this too easier. It's challenging. It's your fucking repairing a clasp. It is now demanding. Roll a 9 or higher.
Okay. Oh, that's a 15.
You succeed. You bend it this way.
Oh, thanks.
And it's like very small, and like you warm it a little bit with the flame from your hands, and you kind of like re-bend all of the parts of it, and you get like the clasp of the brooch or the pin nicely repaired. I'm glad we did that.
Good job.
And then take a look.
I didn't just say it.
A look at it.
yeah,
and
she
just kind of
probably.
like,
Yeah.
Are you
What is
still
this?
carrying the body pine?
Oh yes.
Okay.
It's that like I assumed.
While
Pine
she's
is just
nonchalantly unconscious, I'm gonna look at that hand of hers.
Cool. We'll come back to
No.
that. Let's resolve you
No,
looking
you
at this.
don't know
Have
what
you?
you're talking.
How much experience do you have with Arden? You have alluded to having come here before.
I have.
So I need you, Keeson, to tell me how much Oz knows about Arden.
Oz has been an Arden the same way that kind of waking up in the middle of the night with a bag over your head, and all of a sudden, hey, save this person if you want to do the thing.
Oh my God.
It's like, at first he thought it was kind of like, oh, this is like a bad dream. Then it's like, oh, this is like I've been kidnapped and now I'm part of someone's LARPing experience. To, oh shoot,
Someone's
people are chopping off heads of things,
Okay.
and I'm always caught in the middle of it.
So you've been here for kind of short periods of time, a few different times. Like,
Yes.
were you ever intentionally translating? Like, or did you just kind of like randomly show up? Do you think
Wake
you
up,
accidentally
oh,
sleep
shoot.
translate?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. You were sleep translating, you wake up, you think it's a dream, then someone's like, help me, and you're like, okay, and then they go and slay someone, and you're like, what has happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a small amount of experience with this, so I will actually say that this is possible for you to maybe know this, but it is going to be a very, it is intimidating, so you need to roll an 18 or higher.
No, that's a 3. It's almost a 19, but it's a 3.
So what I will say is you look at this, you do not recognize this symbol.
Okay.
But the thing that occurs to you is, and maybe some of this is like genre knowledge, and some of this is having been to Arden before, like maybe you've more frequently ended up like in a tavern talking to someone sitting in a corner where they give someone a quest, and you're like, this is weird. That it's possible that that you could find some people that would know this information.
Awesome.
And then pins the brooch on. Her idea being that, like, whoever it's from, potentially they'll recognize it and stop her for a conversation.
Or
If she
kidnap.
doesn't stop them first.
Okay. Okay. So, you've found probably most everything that you need to find in this space. You want to take a look at the hand. Let's do that.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling General Strange.
Yes, this will be
No.
General Strange. To know what's going on, this is challenging. So
If
you roll a
you-
15 or higher, but you drop that down by 1, so 12 or higher.
Well, that's while they're messing
Yeah,
around.
if you look too closely or start to interact, Pine is gonna get heckles up.
Heckles?
Like that. Like
Hackles?
Hackles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jensen Hackles. from
I
Supernatural.
prefer
heckles.
the heckles, though. I would love to
I got a
hear
bad
Pine's
case of the heckles.
Well, it's not gonna be too close. I'm not going over there and just like, yeah.
Claudia.
But yes, I'm just
I
kind
don't
of like
understand what's
looking at
happening.
it.
I think I'm correct.
Okay, so hackles are what rises up on, like, the dog's
Did you
back.
get a 20?
And heckles is like, throw tomato.
Yeah. So Dale is approaching, and I would say you have to get kind of next to the hand in order to like, and probably touch it and like look at it a little bit.
She's alive, just like.
So I don't know if you're gonna try and stop Dale at all, Pine, but like Dale will approach, and you do get a natural 20. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
We're doing the best right now. You're welcome.
No, it's just hilarious because that one time you all got ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. I'll just use a lot of GM intrusions. Wait,
No.
what?
What?
Oh wait, more XP.
Or wait, no.
Yeah. I like XP.
I'm nervous.
We can do things with
Let me make sure this doesn't have a Pine. Do you
Are you
mind if
gonna
I?
stop?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think Pine's a little bit interested. Do you look like aggressive?
Not aggressive.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
fine.
like no. I'm not gonna ha 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 ha. No. It's more of like, you know, maybe even checking the pulse.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. You do
yeah.
some vitals.
Vitals.
Jade is alive.
Okay.
Jade is unconscious.
Yes.
And you don't. The first thing that strikes you is like you don't see any physical damage that would have done this. Like even the distance that Jade like was kind of.
So
thrown
she has
back.
no blood.
Like there's no bruising. There's no bleeding.
Concussion.
So like it could be a head injury.
Yeah.
And you kind of take a look at the hand and. It doesn't. It seems to have sort of stopped spreading. It's almost like the kind of the fingertips are like very dark, almost like they've been dipped in ink.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of ink stain has sort of like faded and spread up the arm. So there's kind of this like grayish cast to a lot of kind of her forearm. And you sort of like stand there for a minute and you have like you're hit by theories and I don't think you have a ton of experience with the strange, do you? So you don't know exactly what the creature was, but there's some part of you that is confident that like you know this creature's not from this recursion, and you think the creature was directly from the strange. Like it came from that like dark space, and that it's not like still it's not in her, it's not possessing her,
It's just
but it's almost
cursed.
like she had like almost an allergic reaction, sort of like that kind of intense like anaphylaxis of just like complete stun on her body, and that's not normal. And like obviously that's not normal, but even for people who have been attacked by weird creatures and lizard creatures, like this shouldn't have happened, and you're not really sure why.
Okay. All right. We might want to get. She probably has a concussion, and might need to check a strange doctor. This isn't normal, even with a head injury.
It's probably best to get her back to the estate then.
All right,
So you would know you came here, so you could just like drop her off there. You could potentially just go all the way back, but there are people here that belong to the estate that you could check in with.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we could just kind of like dump her body.
Yeah.
Watch her.
Yeah, or they can take her back if they want you to continue with the mission.
To the gate?
Yes.
Yeah, the portal that you
I
went
would
through.
suggest the gate. This looks serious as I point to the.
Oh, we all in agreement then.
She just like jingle her fingers a little bit.
We Jade's still alive. We fought the monster. Now we can all go home. Mission completed. Let's go home.
We have not found Quinn with the sharpest of words.
But Jade is still alive. I consider that a win. Home.
I agree. Let's take Jade back to the portal and then we can head back out again. Oz,
Excellent.
we have a mission. And besides, just imagine what sorts of things we can find out there. We don't even know what this means
I
yet.
know, that's why I want to head back before we have to. If that gets to us, and if we find out what's out there.
It's
Because
okay to be scared.
I know. I am scared. I am fine with being scared. So, home.
It's not okay to run.
Oz. Ignorance leads to danger. Only the people who don't want you know. You don't want them to get, a hold of you. So you have to be more knowledgeable, or else they'll get you.
You have an interesting mind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. I guess we're still doing this. Let's drop Jade off and adventure.
Okay. So you like close the door behind you to this ransacked apartment, and carrying Jade, you make your way back up the levels to the level that the estate's kind of location was at, which was the Scroll and Tome. It's a little bookshop.
Oh, that's
That's where you arrived at. I actually looked it up because I found it. It's called the Scroll and Tome.
It exists on Bainbridge Island.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is that an actual place?
Now it is.
Now it is. I was in a D&D game that had a bookstore that was run by a Dragonborn that was called Bookworm. Oh. I was like, nah! Made me very happy.
Yes.
I want to go back there.
I love when people do that.
Do we know the name? This is Claudia, by the way. Do we know the name of the person who gave us like all the gear and was like,
Yeah.
not Riley Howell on Earth's side, but this side?
Oh, Claire. That was Claire.
Oh,
I never gave her a
want to
last
say
name.
Sarah.
Because I was like,
That's not
I'm sure
Sarah.
you definitely know it's Claire.
Yeah.
And I think Pine
Claire was
is,
the one who met you on this side.
Pine is not going to pause or try to think of like a fancy way to say this. Instead, Pine, like, there is a desk, and Pine is just going to go over and sweep everything off the desk, and then lightly place Jade down on the desk.
Anon will help guide Jade's head.
Okay, so before we rush,
Yeah.
you make your way back up the levels. You arrive at the place that says, the Scroll and Tome, and you kind of realize like this is definitely not like a store that is always open. And you like go to open the door, and it's locked.
Well,
Like this is one of those places like, and it says like by appointment only, Scroll and Tome, and blah blah blah, and like kind of all of that stuff on the door. And like there's a knocker on the door. You knock it, and like that little like eye slot opens, and you just see a pair of eyes, and they're like, "Do you have an appointment?"
we have someone who needs help.
Our captain needs
Sorry.
repairs.
Do you have the passphrase?
Were we given a passphrase?
No,
Sorry.
you forgot to ask for one.
Oh.
Well, you didn't know to ask for one, and Jade never told it to you.
She most likely has it. She's traveled with the estate before.
They never get. Are you? Just like closes the door, and you hear like fumble, 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 and then the door opens. Oh, I reckon. Yes, come inside, and you see Claire again, and she's wearing like, the kind of the skirts and the totally Ren Fair kind of bodice with like a ruffly shirt.
Bosoms.
Hers is very, it's very, yes, but she has a blouse covering it and
It's
like
tame.
some scarves, and like you can see like she's got like ink stains on her hands, and like a quill like shoved behind her ear. She just sort of looks at you like, did Jade not tell you the password?
Oh no, Claire, she completely forgot. But
I'm sorry, I knew it was you, but I have to follow procedure, and if I don't follow procedure, and what is why is, and then she like sees Pine holding Jade. Why is she? Okay, and then like gestures you into like past the front room, which is where there's like books and pages, and it looks like a book bindery. Looks like something actually. And she goes into another room. And this one's like a little bit weird because you can tell that some objects have been brought here that did not translate here. Like there's like a couple of pieces that just look like they're from modern day Earth. Because there are ways you can bring objects to other recursions without them translating. It's bad for people. It doesn't tend to affect objects as much. And then she's like, clears off a table and it's like, what happened? What happened?
She
What
got
happened?
A shadow monster attacked us. That's
Shadow
what
Monster. She's cursed by a creature from the strange. It's the
Oh.
same thing.
Oh.
I still like whatever. I assume I have a mark to.
No, you would not.
because it's
'Cause you-
mental.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's weird stuff happening with Jade. So you like go and you're like same thing and you're like you're fine. Like
I
you
remember.
have your abs and that's it.
Abs.
And you're like never mind. Put my shirt down. Yeah.
Okay.
So you kind of like you have that moment of realizing like you have not been affected by this creature in the same way that Jade has.
And I'll- the fingers.
Oh yeah, and she sort of like picks it up, and she sort of puts the hands down and looks at all of you. Thank you. I will contact the estate. You still have a mission, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Passphrase would be.
Today's passphrase is pumpernickel.
oh, lovely. I love pumpernickel.
They sell some excellent pumpernickel down in the merchant market.
Oh, they do. We were just down there.
Perhaps after we find Quinn.
Oh, after you're done, let me show you. I'll definitely take you to all of the best eateries.
Would you happen to recognize?
She like gets very, very close and like pulls out a pair of spectacles and
Inan
puts them
doesn't
on.
really move. She's just like, it's alright.
Like taps it. Like, no, I haven't seen this around. I wonder, with like, peering over the glasses, were these the people that it was after Quinn?
Maybe, possibly, we found it inside Quinn's living space. That was the only thing that was left behind. Perhaps we can give this to you if you...
You took that
No.
map, right?
Well, this seems like the sort of thing you'd want to ask around for. I'll be honest, if they're a group of, should we say, ne'er-do-wells that were attacking someone, they probably would be more likely found in some of the lower levels. Or maybe the upper ones. Did you go down to the merchant market, then you said?
We did. Had some lovely discussions. It seems that he was going after some sort of super cipher.
Ooh, well, do you have more
She pulls out the
about
map.
that? I will, and she, like, grabs this. Excellent.
Oh,
like,
actually.
scrawls some of it on a piece of paper and, like, I'm going to pass this back to the estate. Hold on to that just in case you still need it.
Thank you.
Jade, and she sort of, puts her hands on Jade and, like, kind of checks her pulse and does all of those things. I feel she'll be okay. This is... I think you're right. She was cursed. It looks like Inklings attacked you. Creatures from the strange. They live in shadows, darkness. Most of the time they don't make it into recursions, but if it's particularly dark or something lets them in, they might find their ways here.
Like a cipher?
Potentially a cipher. They might... Mostly darkness. Was it particularly dark where you found them?
Yeah. Can someone control these?
Not normally, no.
Huh. Alright.
It's possible something they were left behind intentionally, maybe as a trap, to do away with anyone who came after.
Did feel like a trap.
But they're normally native to the strange. It's a little concerning that some of them leaked through into Arden and into the city.
Well, we
But
took care of them.
Jade has a past. I'm sure she'll be fine though.
Thank you.
Not my place to say. She's all like mussy haired and just kind of like she looks kind of like she wants to get back to binding whatever book she was working on.
Thank you,
So-
Claire, who hides behind the tomes to keep her feelings concealed. We're gonna go off.
Claire is fine. Just Claire. Claire Delise.
Hein does this. It's his way of connecting. So
Right.
you mentioned...
She like takes the glasses off and tucks them into her shirt.
So you mentioned lower levels, potentially, for more information.
Yes, you can always try. There's the Commoners Market, Merchant Market again. Great places, people coming in and out all the time. Someone down there is likely to recognize the symbol. Do be careful. Whoever they were, they managed to capture Quinn or do something to Quinn. He was definitely an agent for a long time, so not unfamiliar with fighting, potential death, murder, all that stuff. Yes.
When we came through as agents, we were given gear.
Yes.
Quinn's
still
been an
have that,
agent
right?
for a long... Oh, yeah. Quinn's been an agent for quite a while. Would it be safe to assume that Quinn is also in possession of a or many...
Quinn is no longer an estate agent.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Quinn's a recursion miner now. We keep track of them. They've retired and are totally not a recursion miner, but they are. It's fine. Do you know? Oh, you're giving me that look again, like I said something you don't understand. Recursion miners.
Yes.
They're people who mine recursions for things like ciphers.
Oh.
Why Quinn was probably finding a super cipher of some kind, something exceptional. So it's likely he had something on him. He's, I'm sure, going to keep some of it to himself, but they sell it on, they make a profit. Normally they don't cause too much trouble, but the estate likes to keep tabs on them, especially ones we're familiar with.
Huh.
I assume you all still have your ciphers on you. Don't forget to use them.
Yes.
They're only good once, but they're very good that one time.
Thank you. It's...
Did you have any healing potions by any chance? I just don't feel right. We've encountered that inkling.
I do not. But I can tell you as the GM, are you looking to recover some of the points in your pool?
Yes.
So, let's talk about recovery rolls.
Yay!
recovery rolls are a thing that you can each individually do independently. The first recovery roll that you make takes an action to do, and you can just do it right away, so you can do it in combat. The second recovery roll that you make takes, I believe, 10 minutes. The third takes 1 hour, and then the last one takes 10 hours. So you can do, essentially, then it becomes a long rest. It starts the next day.
Okay.
And it's 1d6?
It's 1d6 plus whatever number is written in that box, which is your level. So in your case, it should be 1d6 plus 1. When you roll that, you can apply those to any pool, or you can choose to just spend a recovery and move yourself 1 up the damage track.
I would like to...
If you have taken damage.
All right. So.
But none of you are on the track, so.
No,
I
my
got
might is very
5
low.
out of my might out
Yeah.
of 10. So.
Yeah, so you could roll that right now.
So would that be
and
a
recover
10
it.
or a?
This one would be an action unless you've already done one.
No, I haven't.
Then you roll it right now. You can just, you can have done it during the
6,
fight.
7.
So you recover
5,
7
6.
points. And you can spend those in whatever pools you choose. So you can spread them across any of the pools.
Can you get
Okay.
more than your...
You cannot increase beyond your maximum.
Okay.
No, there's no
I mean, just
temporary.
wondering.
No, that's a genuinely good question.
Yep.
And just mark off how many you've done somewhere so that you know there is that section with the recovery rolls. There's 4 boxes. It should tell you which one you've done.
Yep. Oh, Pine just takes a deep breath,
Oh, sorry.
And just, they're sort of looking and they're like, we don't have
and Pine just
potions, I think.
stands taller.
Well,
Then let's go.
Yes.
And Pine will just like walk
And just
out.
walks out the door. I'll see you later. Have fun.
Bye, dear.
Clear.
As soon as Pine is out, I'll be like, and Pine just keeps
You'd be
walking.
like standing
No,
in
I
the
think
courtyard.
Pine-
Oh, Pine just keeps going.
just
Where
keeps
is
going.
Pine going?
Forward.
Forward.
It's one of those things of we've been standing for a very long time, and we have to find a route. I think when they get to the stairs, been told to go down, so Pine will just very, very like, not quietly, but Pine moves through crowds very effortlessly. Like he can like kind of like sense how people are going to move and moves in a way that will just lightly like kind of like turns if someone's stepping out of their way. So he isn't putting a lot of effort, but probably is starting to gain some distance.
Pine, we gotta catch up to you, Pine.
Anon will just sort of speed up. But it's very graceful, so it's like this gliding speed up.
So it's like a serial killer run.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a serial killer run.
Yeah, serial killer run. You know, in the movies, you know, like the people
Where they're like,
Oh, yeah.
No.
Serial killer shark.
Pine goes like straight into kind of that center part of the city where there's that
Jaws
like
in the
grand
hood.
staircase that leads all the
Yeah.
way to the bottom and just starts walking down.
Yeah,
mess
and Pine
with it.
will make sure that like Pine doesn't want to get anyone lost. It's one of those like Pine will stop if he can't see the party, but
Okay.
then we'll keep moving.
It's like a dog like herding. I mean this in a good way. And,
Yeah.
like, you know, where like the dog walks ahead and then they're like,
and like
and like waits for their humans, and then like the humans get just close enough and the dog keeps going,
Yeah.
and it's the cycle. Okay. Anon like quickly moves towards them. Dale and
do we
Oz,
keep
what
up
do you two do?
eventually?
I assume that we fall
Yeah,
into
I'm
line.
Just
Eventually,
kind
I
of
think
following
we-
them. Oh, let me just. Do you mind if I look at that paper that I got a while ago? That
Yeah.
I didn't open that up yet.
Which one is that?
A random scroll that I picked up off the table while she. Oh, important scroll. Very important. Very secret.
When we first met Claire, Claire was.
Oh, yeah,
bumping
it
around
fell.
something.
It just fell. I totally forgot you just grabbed a random scroll. Sure. Yeah, you can open it.
While they're like we're just walking about, it's not very important paper at all. Just want to see what's in there.
Like the first part is just kind of boring, and it's like a log of people that have come in and out. But if you read a little bit more details, like you can pull out some of probably like a week's log of. Oh, she's gonna be real mad that she's missing this, but a week log of the people who have come in and out of the translation gate.
Oh, that's really bad. Oh, she's gonna say.
I don't remember if I said it was particularly important, but now it is.
I turned back to Dale. Dale, hurry up, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Goodness, you have a long stride.
What week happens? This week happens to be in
It
this
helps
world.
to move quickly.
It does, particularly when tracking down someone who's definitely gone missing under horrible circumstances.
Yes. I do worry about Quinn, whose wit is sharp, who minds the recursions. But I would rather return quickly. The longer we're here, the less I get to explore of where the sage could be.
I understand. You have quite the quest ahead of yourself. The sage. Tell me more about him.
The greatest magician of Alternog.
What if you're the sage?
No, I accompanied the sage. The sage was there. I was supposed to guard the sage, but the stage's steps were even quicker than mine.
Oh.
So I will catch up, and then we will return. And we'll help the Republic of Sanzut.
I'm sure you will. May I? She wants to like tuck her arm through yours.
Yeah, and like, I don't think Pine responds with words, but just responds with the arm. And you can feel like Pine like matches your pace now more comfortably. It's not like he slowed down his steps, but they somehow match well.
I think the rest of the conversation is just Anon like asking little questions and like talking about like, oh, and then this, and like point out, oh, did you see that? Or like, oh, did you see this? And just sort of like,
they're just very, yeah. And I think Pine mostly just kind of spaces, and it responds, but it's more like weapon, weapon, weapon. Like, it's kind of like the scan. The scan of like, you know, like beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep.
Assessing threat levels.
Yeah.
Oz, where are we going?
Yeah. Here's my question. Where are you going?
I thought we were headed to the merchants. I mean,
Going to the
once
merchant
Anon
market
caught
first?
up, she started steering that.
Yeah,
way.
and Pine is a very good follower.
Are we being followed by anyone? Just looking.
I'm not
No.
that you can tell.
Not that I can tell. Can
But
I
it's
spend
Dale,
some?
so.
Do you want to see if you can tell?
I'm gonna see if I can tell.
Okay.
Dale will always.
Just you can apply your investigate.
Yes.
So let's make this. You need to roll a 9 or higher.
9 or higher.
I guess 6 or higher.
6 or higher. Okay.
Yeah.
14.
14. You look around and you don't see anyone following you. Like, definitely they're, like, you check multiple times, like, seems like no one's paying too much attention to you. You fit in, actually, surprisingly well. So they lead you down. So you begin to head to West 12 to start at the merchant market. The guild market. The commoners market was the other one.
Oh,
To
we're
the
starting
guild
at the
market?
guild market?
Are you going to the ritzier one or the poorer one?
Poor one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're going to go all the way down to the bottom.
Does it start getting darker the further you go down?
Not massively. Like,
Okay.
there's a little bit. Like, it is clearly better lit the higher up it is. They do have a fair amount of, like, lamp lighting because the bottom level, even though it is the poorer, it's like the commoners area, right? There's no, merchants and nobles are higher up. This is also the gate to the city, like the
Oh.
ground level is where people would come in and out of the city. So there is an element of like, it's not so much that it's like dilapidated and abandoned, it's that it's just much denser. So there is, as you're kind of in the center part, that would be more artificially lit and probably more shadowed than necessarily like some of the outer areas. The higher up you go, the more natural light you're gonna get. It's essentially kind of, you imagine like these sort of layers, and there's like large balconies that stretch out and kind of go at different angles to each other, so they're not like shading or shadowing each other too much. There's a fair amount of intention built around the city to like not turn it into like a dark dungeon at the bottom.
Oh, I like that.
I'll pull up a picture
Yeah.
for you guys during the break.
That would be super cool.
Okay. This.
Where do you got that?
So
So you're going down, like, and you were on, you were probably on about the 12th level, I think, is roughly where the base is, kind of somewhere in the middle. And you're going to 33. Like, you are going to
Oh.
round floor. which is where the Commoners Market starts.
So, presumably, as we like walk into the Commoners Market, we're dressed fairly nicely. Do we draw any sort of attention?
You guys are.
Yeah, I would say like you three probably like it's strange for you to be in the market. Like being on the first level, people would sort of assume as long as you're in one of the main thoroughfares, like you're there to enter or exit the city. Like that's not unusual to see like ritzier people from higher up in certain parts of the city, but like the Commoners Market, like this is where people go to buy like raw goods, like things brought in from farmers from the outside. Like you don't come here to buy your fine fancy wares. That's what you go to the guild market for.
So the four of us, I'm a knight. You look like a very
look like a
fancy,
fancy
heiress.
lady.
You are a potion cobbler.
Yes. Not a beggar,
No, potion cobbler.
but no.
You look like you belong here. Like, you know, you see people with like material supplies, dirty, like well-worn clothing. Sorry, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know what were you gonna? What's us?
I mean, burnt clothing. Either a young mage or a mage who's lost the control of their power, right?
Yeah. May I?
Yeah, please do.
Like if. Actually, let's see how this plays out because the thing that I'm wearing belongs to a certain like sort of religious cultish sect.
Yeah, so you come across more cleric.
Yeah, but it is ruined.
Dark
kinda.
cleric.
It's really ruined. Why did
It's
I
burnt.
say that?
It's a little burnt. A little
Cajun
crispy.
style. Yeah.
I've got a Cajun style robe.
Just says Sato Realms on the back. Got a picture of a polecat right here.
Thank you for that.
You know.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right.
I think as we
Yeah, because you are which you're channeling who channels Sinfire, right? And that is based off of the Queflin.
Yes.
Which one is that based off of?
I think I know. I just get dropped here.
So Oz has no idea.
I have no
what the
idea.
reference is.
People
Okay.
like, oh hey brother, or like, oh sir, like cool. What's up?
I think there's
Jehovah?
probably
What?
not like a massive amount of deference, but there is probably like a little bit of caution. Like that sense, like the Queflin, for those who are unaware, the Queflin are essentially like semi-angelic beings. You embrace your Queflin ancestry, don't you?
I do. That's why everything I do
they all
is
have jackal
glittery
heads,
and gold.
which I learned. I was like trying to find images. I'm like, oh, they have like jackal headed, and they're essentially beings that were around. Arden is this sort of like strange place. It has a lot of history. So they were around. They worked for the gods, and the gods were destroyed. So there's these sort of like semi-angelic beings. They have powers and abilities. And I think the Sinfire comes from one of the Queflin and like the gods. So it's kind of a little bit of a religious order, but you probably don't present yourself as necessarily part of it.
No.
Wait.
So there's like a little bit of
So-
side eye. I think that people give you.
Yeah,
Twilight
it's just like-
sparkly vampire skin? Is that what's going on? You sparkle.
No, but
I
you're
don't think she sparkles, but her
powers.
ancestor, like when she does her levitating and the other
Yeah.
skill that you haven't seen yet, that is glitter informed.
You also do get something specific from having that focus.
I do. Everything that, all of my attacks are from Mythlight. Yeah.
From what does that do to them?
I just
I
really.
think it looks pretty.
I feel like it's gonna have some sort of impact. We'll look that up
Aesthetically
during the
pleasing.
build.
That would
Flash
probably be good.
everybody as
Yeah,
your attack.
I'm confident that because Mythlight is like their power
Seems
source.
in
I feel like
character.
you have probably you get more from it than an aesthetic benefit. I'm just gonna point
But
out this.
What's the important?
But the important part is the aesthetic. Excellent. So, like the group of you kind of go, and I would say like as you're walking through, like no one really pays a lot of attention to you. Just Dale, he sort of blends in.
I think Pine.
I
will
think the
move.
assumption becomes that Pine is Inan's bodyguard, like that
Yeah.
you are serving Inan.
And I think Pine's actually gonna move more to that, like kind of move as more of a bodyguard role. So like less touchy, more just like walking aside and kind of like being tough.
And not is just trying to say hello to everybody.
I think you get a lot, like you find people here are less friendly towards you. Like there's this kind of like, what is this rich possibly noble, like definitely like people probably place you in like merchant class. Like
Actually,
that would be sort of where you sit into this culture, because like they're like you don't carry yourself like a noble, you don't have enough guards, but like what is this like merchant doing here? And then you kind of probably get like some like double take looks, like a lot of people being like looking like they look at your clothes and look at you, and there's just some confusion.
It's like
While
being a
we're-
brown person
while
in
we're-
Omaha.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anywho, while we're like
You're
kind
not
of like,
wrong.
since nobody's paying attention to me, can I actually look for that pin?
Yeah, you want to look around and so you can see if anybody's wearing that pin. I will tell you that you will not find anyone who is wearing that pin, so you don't need to roll for it.
Okay.
But you know that for a fact. Like you will look around and like no one's wearing it. How openly are you wearing it? Like you've just
She's
put it on your
very
clothes.
open.
Okay.
And I'm
And
kind
in
of-
fact, when she's like trying to say hello to people,
Hello.
have you noticed my brooch lately?
You put it here, you cover it, there's another one over it.
She's like,
No, you have a perfectly brooch-shaped hole like cut in the scarf. So you throw it over, and it just like shows. Like, huh. Okay.
Yep.
So as you're walking around, like, who are you trying to approach? Are you looking for anything particular? Are you gonna ask anyone about it, or are you just really relying on someone approaching you and like knowing what it is?
Glass.
I think if she doesn't have anyone approach her, then ultimately she's going to look for the person, like, ideally, like, the person who looks like they are there all the time and they see
Yeah.
everything, but people would probably overlook them.
Yeah. So as you're going through, you definitely get the feeling like it's like you kind of look at like there's a lot of farmers here. Like there's a lot of crops. People are like, look at my food.
Crafts.
It's delicious.
So it's not looking for a stall that isn't attended very well, that is selling fabric.
That was in the other market.
Oh, because this one would sell like the
We're in the
things
wrong
to
market.
make the fabric.
They also mentioned like this one, this market. So you kind of go past all of like the farmers, and you get the sense like it's springtime. Like there's good crops coming in, or like there's kind of not good crops, like the start of crops coming in. Like it's still like mostly
don't
leafy
think we're in the
greens,
right
but
place.
it's sort of getting better. There's more of them, so you kind of get the sense
kind of
like
fabric sellers. We're looking for fabric sellers.
Why?
You're right.
those were the people that were talking to Quinn in the other market.
Oh.
You're absolutely right.
That's what Claudia says. I'm smart.
As I scroll everything back in you.
And you were told, like, down here, people might recognize the symbol just because these people would be from this level. So it's your choice. Do you want to continue to pursue? You can pop back up. I will tell you this piece of information as a GM. Like, you will likely come to the same information regardless, as long as you choose to do something.
I feel like we're already down here.
Mm-hmm.
We should ask the questions. And
Okay.
I actually, Pine would look, is there a group, like, this is, yes, a market. It's not a merchant market, but somebody is coming from far away to sell goods.
Yeah.
Is there, like, someone that's, and I don't really know what crops grow here, but there's got to be one that's slightly more peculiar than the rest of them.
You could probably find some. It's harder to place in this market. Like, these are clearly more immediate people because they're not bringing as, like, it's all, like, it's mostly raw materials.
Sure.
And the sorts of things that people in the city would buy. Largely food, occasionally some other, like, wool, what are other raw materials people might want to have that are not, like, metals.
Furs?
Yeah, furs,
So, like
wool,
rugs.
like, kind of, rugs would be what you would buy in the merchant market because you would buy the wool to make this, to spin.
I will talk to
rough to
the
make
one
fabric,
who is
sorry,
a
rug.
hunter. I feel like a hunter would know. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go look for a hunter. You're looking for someone who like is entrenched. Like you find like a stall. Yeah, and you kind of make your way like through a little bit, and you will eventually find a stall for someone who, like you get the impression they either like live very close, and just you look at like their stall, and it's got that sense of like someone who just doesn't, who like packs up like the very minimal that they can. You know when you go to, if you've ever been to Portland and you go to the food trucks. and I use the air quotes because they are not trucks that can function as trucks anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, like you find like their cart, like it doesn't have a wheel on it anymore. It's just like, you know, it's just like resting on blocks. And it's just like all of this, like, you know, they've got like their banner and everything. It's like very clearly installed into the wall. So just that, very sense of like, yes, this person does not leave their stall very often, and they sell like there's some food, and you know, a lot of grain, and kind of looks like they maybe a baker. Actually, let's go with that because that would make sense. They would probably be selling bread on this market, and that's not something you have to travel a lot for. You buy things, you make your bread, you sell it here. So you find that. You can definitely find Hunter, and they've got like fine pelts, and you're like, I do not recognize any of these animals.
No, that one's got
There's
spines
one that's like
inside.
yeah.
The spines are inside the fur. Like talking to someone who is Pine does not know. Be like, that is weird. That one's got feathers and fur.
So you two have split up.
Oh.
It seems like you
Yeah, okay.
you kind of peel off and find the center. Where did Dale and Oz end up?
Dale and Oz were, I assume, we're still behind them.
Yeah, and then they just like
just
The mom and dad split. Oh no. I'm gonna head over where Anan.
Okay, you
goes
go to
because,
Anan.
like, She has. Fine. Also, Pine walks too fast. So lost cause.
Yeah, Pine is gone. And Dale, do you follow with Oz to Anan, or do you want to go try and catch up with Pine?
Oh God, decisions.
Just like further away.
Get further.
Yeah, your decision meter is like counting down, counting down.
Just press square.
Even I go after.
And this is what Dale is doing. Dale is just standing there in the center, paralyzed.
even odd. So I'm going with Pine.
All right, so like Dale stands paralyzed as like everybody has left him. He's alone in this strange world. So let's start with Inan, and then we'll go to Pine.
Okay.
So Inan, you approach this baker. You know, they've got like their apron on, like kind of a coat thrown over the top. That's too expensive.
Must be more than this provincial life. Watch, I will make Belle my wife.
And they're just, you know, they're sort of like talking with the customer, and the customer walks away. You know, they wipe like a slightly floured hand across their face and just sort of leave a mark. And he looks up at you. You know, he's kind of, you would say, like on the older end, kind of like maybe in his 50s. I guess that's not older, but like he's not young, but he's not old. He's sort of middle-aged, kind of like graying, salt and peppered hair. He's on the paler side. Like he doesn't get to see a lot of sunlight. You sort of, because he like lives in his bakery. Kind of the big arms of someone who spends a lot of time kneading bread.
Gauntlets of the Sun.
Yeah. With the anime reference. And just like that kind of like flower like shirt with just like sort of messed up. And he like looks up at you. Gives you this double take. How can I help you?
I heard you have very good pumpernickel.
Yes, the pumpernickel. We are almost out. It's quite popular these days. And he like turns around and he picks up a loaf, and it's, you know, it's a nice, like a good size dark black sort of brown loaf of a pumpernickel bread. And he like crunches it. It's got like a nice crust on it, and he's like, and there'll be, and he names a denomination of money that is a reasonable price for a loaf of bread.
She pulls it out and she's like, "Thank you so much. You know, I have a question if you have a moment."
Certainly.
I was hoping
We don't
You
see,
know-
he sort of looks up and down, such finery down here very often.
Yes, well, sometimes it's just more fun and better to really experience the true parts of life, like pumpernickel bread, the way it should be.
Mm.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes.
I was hoping you might recognize this. You see, it was given to me, and I was told that it has meaning, but no one has been able to tell me what it is.
He kind of like leans in, and he's like, "May I?" And you know, he asks like kind of politely because it's like on your chest.
Of course.
And he sort of like leans in a little bit. He's like, "Yes, I've seen some of those around here. A few of them. I don't know what it means, but I can tell you that they bought bread from me a few times. I always buy the cheap bread, the day olds. What can I say? People want it, I'm gonna sell it. It's better than throwing it away.
True.
What else am I gonna do? Build a house out of stale bread? Inan sweet talks her way.
Do you remember what they look like, or I've got to figure it out.
I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of people during the day. I'm not sure how much I can really help you, other than I recognize it. It's a strange. How did you get it?
Oh, it was given to me. Well, given is an odd way to phrase it. It was left on my doorstep.
Huh.
I know. I said the exact same thing. That's why I have to figure out where it came from.
I mean, and he seems to be sort of like, he had a lot of confidence, and like he's sort of been, it's kind of been waning a little bit. Like he's like, oh, I don't. And he like turns and like, another customer. I should probably help them.
I see what's happening.
I step in.
Yeah, and that's probably right around when you approach.
How much of the interaction do I hear or see up to that point?
I think you probably caught like the tail end of like he recognized the symbol, and he sort of like seems to be kind of cagey and like dodging around a little bit.
I pull up the HUD on the back
no.
of the cloak.
Yeah.
And sort of like move forward and kind of like, and I approach the baker, and I see Inan, and I say, excuse me, sir, do you have perhaps a bit of bread you can spare for the church?
So much confidence.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, roll me this is a standard challenge, so you need a 6 or higher.
Okay.
One.
That's a 1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is a 1. This is the 1.
You rolled a natural 1?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, so GM intrusion.
She's just kidding about.
What a joke! You cursed it. Oh, what do I want to have happen? He's like, and he kind of just looks at you, and he like crosses his arms. I don't appreciate liars around here.
Liars? No, sir, you don't understand. I take the bandages off.
Your bandages, they just
It
catch
just
on
starts
fire.
to ignite.
Are you threatening me?
No, I just need some help, sir. Obviously, I don't know the ways of which I obviously need to be taught.
Then I suggest you go to not a baker. How am I supposed to help you?
I just needed some bread, my friend. I am an outcast from the church, and I'm just seeking some way to get in. I need your help.
Here.
That's all I've asked. Of course, you're familiar with this, correct?
You're channeling Sinfire. Why?
Your guess is as good as mine. At this point, I would like to use my twist of manipulation to persuasion.
Okay.
To say,
Oh man, I keep forgetting I have persuasion.
Yeah, you got it. Oh.
I don't know.
It'd be
and I
unfortunate
cannot
if your
control
bakery
this.
got on fire.
And sometimes it just kind of leaps out. Not enough to hurt, not enough to inflict damage, but I just see things like, people's sense. And that kind of knowledge, I mean, someone can do a lot with that kind of knowledge, don't you? Don't you think so, sir?
Accidents may happen with this.
There are
kind.
certainly terrible people in this world. What is your point? What do you want from me? Besides bread, which I sell here.
You do.
The church already has my donations. You could certainly ask them for some.
You're right. There's this other part to this, too. You see, when I'm around people, it's kind of bad. Because when they start to lie or not tell the full truth and like kind of have the flames rise. You know how, when bread rises, it expands and, heat rises and it gets hotter and hotter. I just want to make sure that you are telling the truth to everyone that's around. Like, he's being true for you. Fair prices.
So far, but you know, I've seen what he can do. I'd like to add my intimidating to his to boost what
Okay.
he's working on.
So you will get a +1 to your roll because you're both trained in this, so you're helping each other. So whatever you roll, you add 1 to it. What are you trying to get from him besides just whether or not he's going to
him
admit that
spill-
he's lying?
To just be completely forward and truthful to someone.
Okay. You weren't there for the conversation, so he doesn't necessarily know what you're trying to get him to cop to. So you need to be a little bit more specific in your request, because like he, as far as he knows, you just came up and asked for bread, and
Gotcha.
that's all he knows.
So yeah, like a turn, like he has been truthful and fair to you up to this point, correct?
Well, you see, I'm trying to find out a little bit more about this brooch, but he hasn't really been helpful at all. I just know that he sells some bread to some people.
And the bread's fine, right?
I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but
Well,
it's
the
pumpernickel.
it looks delicious,
I
but you don't know
agree.
anything about the brooch now, do you?
I already told you what I know about the brooch.
Everything?
All right, go ahead and roll. This is you. So you put him on edge. So it was going to be easier to get the information, but you kind of made it harder for yourself. So this is now a difficult challenge.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's task 4. You have a +1 to the roll. But what do you have that might make it easier?
The persuasion manipulation.
Okay, and that's your trained skill.
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be
Or
difficulty.
twist.
What does the twist do? Because twists normally do something specific, whereas you might just have a trained skill, which will make it 1 easier. So twist might have an extra effect.
The twist was that. Sorry about that.
Tell us what
I'm
we
glad
want
I'm
to
with
do.
you. Or
Oh,
wait,
I
am I?
burn everything.
I think they'll probably just find you coming back.
Oh,
I like
maybe.
those ones.
I think Pine's.
You rolled odd, right, to go with Pine?
Yeah, but I did it in a long period of time, so
we'll
I
see.
panicked.
You probably won't get there until a little bit later on, so you're panic running around the market.
Where's the tall boy?
Where's the pine in the night?
Where's the
I feel like I should just. You've got that.
Yeah, I think it's just pretty much just the.
Which one is this?
It's a spinner one. So you
Oh,
probably
okay, I
don't.
don't have
We only have one spinner,
I know, but
and
I
he has
might.
spun himself into a web of lies.
Kind of did.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is a trained skill and persuasion.
Okay, so it just gives you trained skill in persuasion. Cool.
Sorry.
So, all right, that will make it. You need to roll a 9 or higher,
Okay.
unless you wanted to apply effort,
Oh
which
yes.
you could also have done. So you can spend 3 points from your pool.
No, from a lucky pool.
Ah, yeah,
Oh,
you can spend them from
yeah.
your lucky pool.
Yes.
So
Oh,
it'll make it 1 easier. So you need a 6 or higher.
8.
Okay. that was. I didn't know what it was, and I knew that you didn't know. Like I would normally have said after your roll, you can't choose to apply effort. But
He's so
I will give it to
lucky.
you. You hadn't told me. So you are actively threatening him, and he just looks at you. He's like, "Look, I don't know what that brooch is. I don't know who those people are, but I know they're not up to any good. You're talking about people's sins. Well, find them. You'll have plenty to deal with there."
Look at that.
And he points and he's like, "There's normally 3 of them. They wear dark cloaks and look like they're up to nefarious deeds. And they're always coming from that direction."
Oh, God.
And you notice he's at the edge of the market, so he's pointing down a street that's not in the market.
I dig in my pocket and throw enough of the crowns. If you have any beggars that come around, the next 5 are on me.
He just looks so confused. Like you went from threatening to burn down his bakery to giving him money to help the poor, and he's like,
Thank you for helping.
"Of course."
Balance.
I'll-
Goodbye.
Well,
Oz walks away to an isolated spot and begins to throw up.
Oh, God.
Okay.
And Han's gonna like come up by him and just rub his back. Like, it's okay.
It's okay. So
Why was I so mean?
so Pine.
Okay, so Pine. I'm assuming there's like this very big handlebar mustache dude just selling furs and
Yes.
also recounting
Ha!
tales.
Look
of how
at my
he killed them.
Let me tell you how I killed this creature, the spiny blue bird. Bluebird.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Bluebird. I said
I
bird,
understand.
but no, it's a bird. It could be a blue bird.
Oh.
I don't want to know what it is. It has jaws. He's recounting his jaws. And they kill you with a look.
And I think Pine...
You, sir, look like you could use a draper or two.
No, but your story is entrancing, and I enjoy a good fight myself. And so, like, Pine is, like, trying to, like, slip and slide his way into this guy's heart by...
Yes, the blue bird. Have you encountered one before?
No, actually. I'm quite curious. I'm new to these parts, and I haven't gone hunting yet.
Well,
And I was-
where are you from?
Trinog. Very far away.
Indeed, I haven't heard of it, and I've traveled most of Aridin.
It's pretty hard to find. If you're ever in the area, I would love to take you on a hunt.
Well,
Although-
besides tempting you with my furs, is there anything else you are... more stories.
And I think he will, like, look, and I'm assuming there is some
Bacon
sort of
worm.
small woodland creature that also has very bright, like, gold fur, like,
Sure,
kind of,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the snoot.
Yeah, the golden snoot.
The golden snoot, yes. And, like, I would like to purchase this for,
Oh, certainly, yes, it'll be... No.
yeah. And as it's paying, like, I'm actually curious myself, and I want to go to the edge of the forest where the city
Yes.
meets the abyss.
You want to go to the borderlands,
Yes.
To the
portal.
edge?
Yes. And
where
I
you
was
can see beyond.
I was looking for.
Good luck not dying there.
That's why I'm here.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for a
Don't
young...
go. That's my advice.
I think Pine had like put on this like little persona of like I'm a young warrior, and now Pine just like, tell me about the Portallands.
Well, the borderlands are the edge of Arden. You fall off into the abyss if you go too far. They're also controlled by the Betrayer. He does want to destroy most of reality, so I wouldn't venture there, or he'll get you with his servants.
What if I did need to go there?
Why would you need to go there?
I mean, why do you need to kill all these wonderful?
So I
wonderful-
can sell them, so I can feed myself.
And so I need to go to also feed myself.
Well, you have a strange job then, it seems.
And I think, and I don't, we don't need to play this off. I think,
What does Pine want to get out of this
Pine wants to
conversation?
get some advice of dealing with the Portal Lands because he knows that on the map, the Portal Lands was kind of the cipher. And when push comes to shove, you got to remember that he was looking in the Portal Lands. He gets kidnapped. Bada bing, bada boom. He's probably being taken there to open the magic door. Prince Aladdin, you know, the third Aladdin movie. You open the door,
Yeah.
get the hand of God. You know, all that stuff.
Sure, yeah, that's exactly what is happening.
I love how your brain works.
So I'm looking for advice, and I actually
I
am
mean-
trained in social interactions. So.
Cool. He's pretty much gonna give you all the same sort of information, which is like it's dangerous. You
Yeah.
shouldn't go. Not all of it is, but a lot of it, like there's a good chunk of it that is controlled by the Betrayer, and his servants. You'll find his homunculi out there. And like that's the main bits of information that he'll give you. Do you ask at all about like the symbol, or are you gonna kind of reference any of that stuff?
Lightly, it's not really Pine's goal. Like, and then maybe like he'll buy the golden snoot skin.
He buys the golden snoot. It's beautiful.
If
He can like, it's very small, but you can drape it like over one shoulder.
I think Pine tucks it and inside out so it doesn't get turned and puts it in his back. I mean, he overpays.
Okay. Excellent. So, Dale, you are trying to go after Pine.
Too fast.
I am going to use a GM intrusion. So you now have 1 XP for yourself and 1 XP that you can give to someone else. Because Dale gets lost.
Oh no.
And as you are wandering through the market, you eventually find yourself on like a kind of an alleyway.
I'll give it to Pine because I was supposed to follow Pine.
Okay. So
mean,
both
okay
of you
with
now have 1 XP. And XP can be spent during a session to re-roll. You can also save it for later on, where you can then spend it for like character upgrades and things like that.
Is somebody following me?
Yes. And you turn around,
Oh no.
and someone steps out of the shadows, and and they're wearing like this sort of dark emerald green cloak.
Do they look like that?
Yeah, and they have a pin. Like it's not quite so shadowy figure. Like it's at their knees. Like you can see like leather armors underneath, and they just have like their hand on a sword, and then there's someone behind them, and you realize that you are now cut off in this alleyway, and they just go, "I hear you're looking for us," and that's where we're gonna go to our break. And what we do is that we cut to Dale's face, and then it fades to black, and then, and now a word from our sponsor.
That's how Elf ended.
I knew everybody's always following me. I knew it.
Yeah, you could feel vindicated. You got followed. You were like, I used your beautiful decision paralysis to.
Dang it. They followed me. I thought I was sneaky enough. If I got lost, then they would
Jingle,
also
jingle, jingle. I've got a bunch of potion bottles. Jingle, jingle.
Yeah. All right. We have some donations to read. Some lovely donations. Ponations. Sponations. Oh, we're not Sponations anymore. Oh, it's too bad. So first of all, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'm going to read out the donations. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back. As always, we truly appreciate your donations. They help us pay for our costs, our rent, our cast, all of those wonderful things. They let us help create super awesome content. So thank you. The first one is from Potions, Salves, and Elixirs. 1928. Come grab your consumables here. Be they health potions, alchemical ingredients, hair restoration tonics, or love potions. We have all manner of magical and mundane solutions to remedy your situation. Also, try a small sample of our new line of poisons. Poisons. It's a small sample. Small sample. It's how you inoculate yourself to it.
Oh, death. Murder.
Yeah, you can try anything once. The next one is potion, salves, and elixirs. Guaranteed is the second part. Guaranteed to satisfy your needs. In fact, over 90% of our customers testify that they will shop at our emporium again. That's far higher than any of our competitors. In fact, most of our customers make frequent visits and often purchase the same thing.
Wow.
Next is arms and armor.
Oh.
Get your combat-ready equipment here, guaranteed to satisfy all your needs so that you don't have to come back. Don't listen to those potion shops. The best store is one you don't have to come back to because your needs were filled the first trip.
That's actually better.
I'm really glad our sponsors are fighting it out again. William TW, episode 1 was awesome. Can't wait for more of the same this week. Well, I've already trapped one of them in an alleyway with 2 thugs.
Only 2? Lucky.
Only 2. Only 2. Good news. Malfunct with $25 and no message. Who would like to fill in our blank message?
Danglies. Have we advertised for Danglies yet?
No, we have not.
No.
I have all the Danglies. Come to Dale's Dangly shop. You can view my Danglies, but don't tell anybody.
The last one is from Wormhole Extreme, TV narrator. If you have a problem, if no one can help, if you can find them, maybe you can hire... No, wait, just keep looking. Find someone else that can help. There's gotta be someone else, right? Come on, anybody. Fine, hire. Lazy point. Them.
Accurate.
They'll do. Thank you so much, everybody, for your donations. We're gonna play some amazing fan art. So don't forget, if you do a fan art, tweet it at us with hashtag GSFanArt. We're gonna take a quick break, refresh our physical meat space bodies, and then return. Okay.
I'm going to lay on the
We'll be right
ground.
back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. You're watching Worlds Beyond on Geek Space TV, and it's delightful to have you all here. I hope you two had a refreshing break. Thank you for being here. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. There was actually a donation that I 100% missed because I just scrolled right past it. So there was another one from The Event Horizon. Looking for a budget dimensional travel system that 100% does not traverse hell? You need SLIDERS, Subconscious Learning Interdimensional Ego Recursion System. Sliders. It can be rough traversing dimensions. Event Horizon helps you slide there. Hashtag not hell.
Is Sliders like the snakes and shoots and ladders?
No, Sliders was a TV show in which people traveled to like alternate realities or times.
Oh, I was thinking that we were talking about the little burgers. So that makes way more sense.
I like shoots and ladders with snakes. I just realized.
I was like, of course it's not hell. There's bacon.
Cool.
Good night, folks.
It's fine. I just wanted to pick good background noise, and I feel like they're all like way more dramatic than I want, so I need to.
We should be dramatic because last episode,
Yeah.
Dale
Sure.
just
Yeah.
got kidnapped.
So okay, all right, we'll go with
Not
we'll go
kidnapped,
With this. We'll go with
thank
this
you.
one.
Sorry.
Not kidnapped yet.
So
I knew
a
they
couple
were
of
following
quick
me all along.
reminders and announcements. Technically, you haven't been kidnapped yet. You've just been accosted in an alley. A couple of quick reminders.
Like,
The
too
main
bad.
one is the time zones are changing, but for the rest of the world and not for the United States because we're different.
Usa, usa, usa,
We're
usa.
special. So if you are in a location in which your time zone will be changing next week, bear in mind ours has not changed, meaning that our shows will be starting an hour later than you expect them to be starting, or earlier. An hour earlier than you expect
earlier
them.
because everyone else steps back and now we're gonna
Yeah.
get shot first.
Yeah. Yep, that's how that's gonna happen. Nope, and out of that one. So just as a reminder, be prepared that the shows will be starting earlier for 1 week. That'll include Eat, Pray, Kill, and Worlds Beyond next week. So that's the important reminder. This weekend is also Geek Girl Con. If you're going to be at Geek Girl Con, come say hello to us. If you're going to be at this other event that I think might be happening, I don't know, something related to this platform or whatever, called TwitchCon, you might see some other people there. But totally not unless they want you to. Because they know if they're being correct.
It's me.
It might
So be prepared for both of those things. We look forward to it. Again, thank you for any donations that come through. I will read out any more in the second half. You can see the goal below us for our weekly costs. That'll help us cover the cost of the show. I think for you guys, it's to one of the sides, as opposed to me. If you point in all directions, we'll get it right. Can't you see it, Keeson? It's like right there.
Oh, shoot.
It's coming towards you.
The bar just
Dale's been watching it the whole time, though. He just knows.
So thank you in advance for those. You can also check out our Patreon for recurring monthly subscriptions. And with that, let us reintroduce briefly who our player characters are. They can say their names and then their characters' names and their character pronouns. And then we will jump right back into the action because I used a GM intrusion and it was great!
Hey, what's up? I am What Is Kiss playing Ozzy Oswald Dukes. Him.
I'm Jackie Dash, and I am playing Pine Knight, the tall boy knight. Except he's a man.
Uses he, him.
The tall
He
boy
uses
man.
he, him.
Cool.
I am Shell Game, and I am playing Inan. She uses she, her, and she is just a very interesting person who's very interested in everything you have to tell her. Tell her more.
Hi, I am Bonsai, and also I play Dale Fink. He knows. He him knows.
And I am Random Tuesday. I will be your GM. So right before the break, our characters have been tracking down a mysterious group of ne'er-do-wells who have done something to an individual known as Quinn Sharp, used to work for the organization they are currently working for. These individuals can be identified, as far as we know, by a gold button brooch pin thing that they wear upon their dark green cloaks. And conveniently, as Dale was wandering down a slightly darker alleyway,
I was the
in
less
the bottom
suspicious out of all
floor,
of you.
least suspicious, but the one that got lost.
Dang it.
In the bottom floor of this fair city. You came in with them. Like, you didn't enter separately. In this bottom floor of this fair city called Hazurium. I probably pronounced it differently every time. And wandered down this alleyway as a dark green cloaked figure with a gold brooch with a bare tree and a single leaf on it stepped in front of them, and another stepped behind them and said, "I heard you were looking for us."
Zap. As to the closest person, I'm
Okay.
going to exception.
Okay.
So it's gonna look. And you said that this shouldn't take a whole action.
It shouldn't take a whole action, but I would probably say using like an ability. I'd let you like move and do it. It depends on what you want to do with it.
I was going to exception, then bomb.
Where you're standing?
Yes.
Yeah, if you just want to drop it where your feet are, I'll let you do that. As a free, you can just do that. Cool. So you point at the one in front of you or behind you. So we'll say the one in, because you turn around.
Who's the one that talked?
The one. Did you, when you saw a person, did you turn around at any point? No, you're just walking forward.
Yeah.
That'd be the one in front of you, and that's the one that's farthest away from the market.
Oh, okay.
The one behind you would be the one between you and where you came from.
So where I came from.
Okay, so you turn around and pshoo, exception. I think you do need to roll this.
Okay.
I think it is an attack against them.
In long range, pick one creature in long range. If they aren't native to the percussion, then success. Okay, so yeah, I do have to.
I think it's on a successful.
Yeah,
attack.
on a successful.
Okay. Cool. So you're going to exception this one.
Yes.
Excellent. You need to roll.
But he is from this recursion, so he does not get frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as you know.
As far as I know.
So a.
Or it is, because I don't want to assume with the dark shadowy clothes.
It's true. Dark shadowy click. No, you can see their faces. Like they've got the kind of like.
Well, you can't just
grizzled. No, that's true.
Okay.
You can't assume. You can use they.
Okay.
We can't assume their pronouns, but you see sort of like a kind of a mean looking face. Like their mouth is set in sort of a thin line. They've got kind of like a little bit sunken eyes. Kind of just that sort of grimace on it. You can see like a few strands of sort of like curly blonde hair like sticking out.
All right. I will also say, you have fallen right into my trap.
As you point and you exception. So you need to roll a 9 or higher. And
11.
11.
Oh,
Phew! As you smack them
4 points.
for 4 points of damage, and they go, "Ugh!" and they sort of startle slightly as you.
And then the second part to it is
Yeah.
that what is it, gas ammo. So I create a cloud of gas when fired. Is it fired? Can I not just drop it? Is it not a?
Wait, what is it?
I think it depends. Like you could fire it from like a.
Can I just,
grenade or
like,
something.
pop rocket?
Yeah, I would say here
Or
it's
whatever.
like probably what do you imagine essentially a smoke bomb would look like here?
Tink.
Yeah, it's like a little
Yeah.
glass bottle and you
Oh,
just
grass-
smash
oh, yeah,
it on
grass-
the ground.
glass
Cool.
bottle.
Excellent. Yeah.
So
you
for
take
one
out this sort of like
round.
off of your danglies.
Yes,
You
off of my
pull one of your
danglies.
danglies off,
I pull my
and then you
danglies off.
smash it down, and,
And
go
the
ahead
white
roll
stuff
D6.
come out.
Yeah, and just this plume of cloudy smoke, white smoke comes out, just spews out. It's a.
From my danglies.
I want to use the word, but I probably shouldn't.
Nope. No.
No,
No.
like a
Even though I
cloud
kind of want you to.
for 5 rounds.
For 5 rounds. Excellent. Okay.
So it's thick. Oh God.
What?
No, because I said it.
Yeah. No. I heard what you said.
There's just no. There's no
Subtlety?
no subtlety with Dale Stingley's and his.
There really
smoke.
isn't. Okay.
Everywhere.
So wait, like how far are you? I assumed you were no more than 100 yards behind.
Yeah, you're not that far away. Like you can get there, but y'all need to figure out that something's happened to Dale before.
You've fallen into my trap. They've been my trap. They're in my
Yeah.
trap.
So you
They
throw
are.
the smoke bomb down. You exception one of them, and so this cloud of smoke begins emerging around you. With that, they're both like, and they cough slightly as their lungs fill up with some of the smoke, and they swallow some of it. And then one of them is going to attempt to grab you. So you need to wrestle away from them.
All right. Would they still be able to see
and-
me though?
They're gonna. It's gonna be easier for you. So you have a
Okay.
defense in this case from the cloud of smoke. They know where you were and they know that you were in between them. So they're
So
gonna
would
just
this
kind of
be
make
a
a
might or
go for it.
speed?
This is a might. This is speed. It's a defense, and again, you need to roll 9 or higher. 6 or higher on this one because they have a penalty, so it's easier for you.
8.
An 8. So one of them, they go in and they just they kind of like arms flail slightly as you like duck to the side through the smoke. The other one's gonna try and do the same. So roll again.
Okay.
Same thing, 6 or higher.
10.
And Dale's like ducking and weaving in this cloud of smoke as they're like sort of flailing around trying to grab a hold of you and just like.
You thought you were the shadow. I am the shadow.
Yes.
They don't have a witty response for this. They're like, no, and they kind of like seem to be bumping into each other a little bit as this cloud of smoke is there. We're gonna go through a few rounds with Dale, and what are you gonna do next? And then we'll see what all of you figure
I
out.
have a baton. I want to see if I can actually beat up these dudes.
Cool. So I will say that the smoke is gonna also make it harder for you.
Okay. That is
You
fair.
are certainly capable of beating them up, but yeah, do you wanna take a whale at one of them?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a little bit harder to tell which one you're gonna hit. So I'm just gonna roll an even odd for which one.
Okay.
For which one it is.
So, also, I am yelling pumpernickel.
You're just yelling the word pumpernickel real loud.
Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel, excellent. Okay, you want to yell the word pumpernickel really loud.
Okay.
Pumpernickel, pumpernickel, pumpernickel.
Like, what's about pumpernickels? As you want to try and wail on one of the baton. Is this a light weapon?
It is, yes, it is a
Okay.
light.
So light weapons will always reduce your difficulty
So-
by 1.
So it's a +1 modification
Yeah.
to damage. All right.
Uh,
It's one of those footing
Yeah,
collapse
it
skull.
shouldn't increase your damage, but it does make it easier for you to hit.
Yeah.
As you sort of pull out your baton from one of your danglies, and then you smack him with
It
it.
extends.
Yeah, it does. Look, I
Hey, Mom.
just
What's
assume
up?
you have everything in hand for your belt. I'm
Yes.
sorry, is your mother here?
No, remember when I was calling her?
Oh yeah, cool.
Is-
I'm sorry if anyone's parents are watching this. I'm
We're all
crass.
somebody's parent.
Are we though?
No, we're not.
No, he's right. I checked. He's right.
No, it's the other way. I think.
No, I guess we're all someone's parent. Cool. Learned something new today. So you want to take a whack at them. So it'll actually net out because you're using a light weapon, but you have this smoke that's going to make it harder for you to hit them.
All right.
So you need to roll 9 or higher.
9 or higher? Please, 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 please. Oh, no, 3. I miss.
With a 3, yeah, you
Pumpernickel,
with
pumpernickel.
that as you're yelling the word pumpernickel. They're
Pumpernickel.
both going to try and grab you. So roll twice. Both of these you have to beat a 6 or higher.
Ooh, 20.
Whoa! Okay, with a nat 20, you kind of you dodge out and you realize that you're out of the smoke cloud, and you're out of the smoke cloud in the direction that is closer to the market. So they don't know right away. So you could one of them's gonna try and grab you, but like he's gonna miss automatically. So you are behind them. You are closer to the market where your friends came from, and you're in the smoke, and you're out of the smoke cloud, and you can kind of see these people like flailing around. And you have this moment where you can decide, like, you could try and go back and attack them, or you could get a head start on running. Your
I
choice.
will go ahead. I can't let them. We found them.
Okay.
I couldn't let it go. I'm not gonna let it go. I'm gonna though if I'm in the out of the cloud. Where's that bird? Pine! Pumpernickel, 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 pumpernickel.
I did hear my name.
So you are, I will say, for as part of the natural 20, sure, you are in like one of the stalls. No, actually, the bread people, because you were very clearly like he pointed in that direction, and so like the timing works out such that like he's pointing that direction, and you just see like a few wisps of like smoke coming around a corner.
Oh no.
She's like, are you all right?
Yeah.
Because there's smoke over there, and I
Oh.
would like to go take a look.
Yeah,
But
you
if
like
you-
moved off like away from the market and the stalls, and like you look up.
Oh,
and
but then
just
you were
see,
throwing up. I
Yeah.
remember
You
now.
were throwing up, and you just see this drifting.
Oh. All right.
Come on, Roz. You've got this.
Okay, let's go.
You're doing a great job.
That was so mean.
I know, it was beautiful. I haven't seen someone be that intimidating in a while.
Oh, have night terrors.
Oh,
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And Han, like, just right alongside him.
You just sort of quickly walk, and you're kind of huffing it down. We'll have one more action, and then they will round the corner, and they'll be able to see. So they kind of are flailing around. You didn't really do anything with, besides yelling the word pumpernickel. Did you want to do something while they're in the cloud of smoke and you're outside of it, besides trying to get people's attention?
Other than, well, I will go ahead and taunt them because I can.
Okay, what does that look like? Are you trying to get anything out of it, or are you just taunting them?
I'm taunting them because...
Please taunt.
You don't know. I am the all-seer. I know everything. I am the shadow. And that's pretty much...
Perfect. Yeah, now they definitely know you're not in the smoke cloud, so...
But I could run back in the smoke cloud.
You could. However, they are like... One of them's like, they're not in the cloud, they're not in the smoke. And then they like step out and they see you. And so like the two of them, it's kind of dramatic for them. They emerge out of this cloud of smoke behind them, their capes billowing behind them. And they're like, screw this. And one of them draws a sword and the other one's like, no, we're supposed to take him alive with the other one. So one of them is going to try and grapple you and the other one is going to try and stab you.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll to defend on both of them.
Defend?
Yeah, so let's roll the one that's going to try and stab you first. And that one is going to be, you don't have the benefit of the cloud, and they're actually...
Perfect.
So that's 3 or 9. So difficulty 3, 9 or higher.
9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please. 11. Whew.
They come in and they take, like, their short sword, and they're just, like, slash at you. And you're like, I am the shadow.
I am the shadow.
And the other one's like, ugh, and they, like, as you sort of duck back, they try and use that to their advantage, and they're going to kind of come in and just try and grapple you.
Mm-hmm.
This one's same difficulty, 9 or higher.
Please. 11.
11, yeah, you were, like, Dale is, like, fancy footing around these two, and they are somewhat incompetent. As that happens, you hear the sounds of like this pep talk happening behind you, and you sort of round a corner, and you see Dale just like dancing around as these two people are trying to stab and or grab him.
Oh. Let me make sure that this is what I think it is. Yeah, Anon's gonna, well, so I'm trying to remember if I can levitate them.
You can levitate. I think your limit is their difficulty can't be more than 2 higher than yours.
Correct.
And so you can levitate them.
Oh.
You do need to succeed on a attack against them, and then when you want to maintain it, I actually looked this up because I was perusing through the book. When you want to maintain it, you need to succeed on a difficulty 2 intellect challenge.
Oh, okay, so I'll always have to pay 1 intellect. But
So,
with my edge,
so you always have to
I can
roll
remove
to
it?
maintain it,
Oh, okay.
but it doesn't cost you anything.
Oh,
So you can't do
okay.
it indefinitely.
Okay.
And the challenge is it's difficulty 2, so you need to roll 6 or higher to maintain it.
So I think
And you can
Anon-
still spend edge on that, or effort on it. Yeah.
Okay. So I think Anon would like try and levitate one of them immediately. And
Okay.
Just isolate them.
Yeah. So you try and pull up one of them, and just like kind of levitate them. All right. As you do that, roll the attack. You need a 9 or higher to succeed.
Oh. 4.
You're like yes, and then you sort of like you send out, and it just kind of.
Is it like glitter?
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful, but ineffective.
Well.
Oz, you're gonna be mean.
All right. Just don't become mean. I am. All right. So that's what I'm gonna do. With the bandages on, I'm just gonna go full flame while activating my cipher.
Yes.
As the
Which cipher
flames
did you
start to
have?
rise, I have the belt buckle with the wings on it.
Belt buckle. Yeah, you have this
so-
beautiful buckle with these like cold gold wings on them.
And I open up the cloak just enough.
Yeah.
So it kind of activates. I
Question,
have
do you
a-
wear a shirt under your cloak? Sorry, does Oz wear
like,
a shirt?
It's like no.
No.
It's just abs.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ish.
I
It's more
abs.
bandages. It's more bandages.
I think
It's like
I'm
his
a
entire
mummy.
costume bandage.
Are you a mummy?
I'm a mummy now.
Bandages and a cloak.
Oz is a mummy. It's canon. No, but it's just the cloak's open. Cypher activates, and then it's just the flames
Okay,
from
so
hands.
you raise up like Anon tries to do this levitate, and what does this look like as you I'm gonna say all of this is probably your action. To,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
to turn all of this.
Just all fire. And it's just flames start going, and it starts to burn away. There once was a shirt. It's gone now.
It caught on fire.
Yeah. But the flames go all the way up to the sides. And
So the cipher, what does it do?
it allows me to float up in the air to move around.
See, you
It's
look like
I
the
can move around at
Fantastic
6
Four.
meters around.
Cool. It's about you can move a short distance while flying.
Yeah. So I just start flying while
Sort of
on
like,
fire.
can I add this and tell me if you don't like it? But the flames like they go here and then they just become wings. Like you just have like fire wings like behind you. Just
yeah.
you're floating, glowing fire orb in the sky.
I want to take that. May I
Yeah.
piggyback on that?
Yeah.
Instead of 2 wings, it's 2 tails, like from Sonic.
Sure.
No, like yours. Yours is
No,
better.
that's
yours
fine.
is
You
better.
can have tails. Your ability. You just have a helicopter. Fire helicopter.
No. It's just like very, very seraphim-like. Just kind of like point out to them
Yep, Seraphim.
with
That's what I think
with
about.
like little
2 tails.
flame in hand. Can I also say something in this?
I'll let you
turn?
say something, but nothing that would require a roll.
And just a simple stand down.
Ooh. Oz is channeling now.
Anon is
so
like,
bad he's gonna need to throw up again.
Oh wow.
Oh. Ship it. All right. So that's all of you. They kind of. Oh, Dale, you didn't get to go.
I roll back into the smoke.
So you kind of like twist around them as you're ducking and weaving,
Yeah.
and you're just trying to hide it. Like.
Back in the smoke.
Okay. Do you want to do anything like? Do you want to like sort of intentionally hide, or you just want to generally use the smoke as cover?
Use the smoke as cover.
Okay.
But yes.
Cool.
And also, they can't. They're in the front. I'm in the alley now, so they can't. Get out.
You're all in an alleyway. So you are. If you imagine, so it's a long alleyway.
No, I mean like if I'm making the baddies be.
Yeah,
in
you are
between.
flanking them.
Yes,
Yeah.
flanking.
So you are flanking them in the smoke. They're here, and then Fire Angel over here.
Yep.
Oh, that should have been my name. Oz thinks.
I heard a voice in my head. Sounded awfully like a narrator. And I think it was 3 rounds. So the smoke is starting to sort of dissipate a little bit, and they're like, "Fuck, where'd they go?" And then they see you two, and they're like, "You're the rest of the group that was looking for us. Well, we don't need this many of you alive."
Can I cut him off when he says, "Oh, you're the rest of the group"? I just want to say one thing.
Oh.
You know what they say? When there's smoke, there's fire.
And with that, he's like, ugh. And he closes the distance. How far? Were you just floating? Like you just started floating, or you
I'm
like?
like generally levitating, like,
Cool.
oh no, this
Yeah, the one
person
with
might
the
be able to
sword
fly.
is like rolls his eyes, and when you say that, and like runs, not quite a Naruto run, but like cruises the distance really quickly, and just is gonna try and stab you.
Okay.
I will say your flying is probably gonna put them off a little bit, so I will give you a bonus to your defense on that. This is a speed test. You need a 6 or higher.
Okay. Should I call my lucky after the roll before you tell me if I fail or not?
Your lucky has to be applied as edge, correct? Or as
yes.
effort.
As
It just gives you a separate pool of effort that you can use.
yes, that's correct.
You normally need to say beforehand if you would like to apply effort to this roll.
Gotcha. I would like to apply effort for this roll.
Okay, so you spend 3 points from your speed pool or your lucky pool, and then it makes it 1 easier, so you only needed a 3 or higher.
We got a 10.
Then you succeeded. You still
Yes.
need to spend the effort though.
Yes.
So you kind of just like float slightly higher, so like. The other one seeing that is like shrugs, and they are going to try and stab at Anon instead.
Oh.
Pull out a sword.
No.
and they're going to close the distance and go for a non, being like, well, you're on the ground and you're fucking in the air, so fuck that nonsense. So you need to roll 9 or higher to beat that.
I was hoping they would
It's a
come back
speed
in the
test.
smoke. Man, darn it.
And does my 1+1 armor help with this at all?
Armor negates damage that you take.
Okay.
So first you dodge.
It's a 7.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so they hit you. So the sword slices in, and you're gonna take 3 points of damage. So you subtract the armor from that, and so it becomes 2 points of damage, and that comes from your might pool.
Because it goes might and then speed and then intellect. Okay.
Well, now you
All right.
pissed me off.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Shatter the cobblestones at their feet.
Only bad guys.
I think when you use shatter as an object, it does area damage, so you'll hit both of them. Pull up how much damage you're gonna do.
that.
A lot.
Oh, here you
Don't think you actually need to
One.
roll for this
See,
one.
area effect. I can use effort for more damage. I can attack them all for 1 point, or I can use additional effort
Yeah, to increase the
to
damage.
increase it. Add 2 points of damage to each target for each
Cool.
level of effort
Would you
applied.
like to do that?
Oh, effort's a lot.
Can I, when I'm applying my effort, can I apply it out of my intellect? Where does that
yes,
come out
this would be an intellect.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to do that, and I'm going to use my edge to cut down.
Yeah,
How much
that,
I have to pull
that
out.
always applies
Yeah.
whenever you do that.
Okay, awesome. So I would only need to drop 2 out of my pool. Is that right?
How much does it
Yes.
usually cost?
Effort normally
3?
costs 3.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, this is shatter. You interrupt the blah 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 blah. An object must be small. Mundane item composed of homogeneous matter. So you can shatter, I'd say, like a cobblestone under the foot, and they're pretty big. Like it's a rock. You're shattering it.
Yeah,
For
she
1
basically
point
is
of
just
damage.
like,
Okay.
you pissed me off. And she, like, drops her hand. Or she just, like, does that. And the cobblestone.
Oh no, you still need to attack.
I
If
still
you
need to
increase the
attack.
damage
Okay.
through effort, even if you fail the attack roll, all targets in the area still take 1 point of damage.
There we go.
ooh,
Okay.
nice.
So
either
you
way.
need a 9 or higher for this to work. I think it's you still shatter the object. It's just that it doesn't necessarily do damage.
Oh,
Roll it. Roll again.
Okay. No, stop doing that. 8.
Oh.
So it kind of you hit the one in between them and like because you spend the effort, so they both still take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And so the stone, one of the cobblestones in between them just shatters, and like these bits of stone sort of fly out and catch like a couple of them like in the side, and they sort of let out this like grunting, like that hurt, like that was unpleasant. As this rock
Yay.
shatters near them. I think just by default, all of the abilities, it's not super clear if all of the abilities are a roll, but I think all of them, if you were
Makes
trying to hurt
sense.
something, is a roll.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Which makes more sense. Otherwise, they become very powerful abilities. And so they sort of reel from that slightly. Fire Angel.
I'm rising, and then the one that attacked
Like hot air?
Anon- Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna dive and do a little fire punch.
Little fire punch?
Little fire punch.
All right.
Dive fire punch.
Okay.
Would it
Roll
be a
your attack.
falcon punch?
All right, let's do it.
All right, that's a 3.
That
Oh.
does not hit them.
It does not hit them.
You sort of go by them, and they do the turn, and you're like they feel the heat from your
Yeah.
punch, but they manage to
Warning shot.
pull away from it. The next one will hit home.
Yeah, well.
All right, Dale.
Yeah,
You can
since
kind
they
of like
didn't,
easy see some of this.
dang it, I'll walk out of the smoke again. Which one is the one that I didn't hit?
You can't really tell anymore. Like they've moved around a whole lot. They
All
weren't
right,
super
so
familiar for you. If
I
you
will-
want to give me a roll,
Yeah.
I will say this is just and this is free. 6 or higher to
6
figure
or
out which
hard.
one you hit.
Not to hit. I'm just gonna go ahead and. Oh
Okay, if you want to know specifically
no,
which
no.
one, you can just roll. and-
Exception is because I only can do it. So I can do it to one creature within a given time period, but I
think
couldn't do
that's
it
specifically
again.
the stun portion of it. I'm actually pretty sure you can apply the damage.
Again and again.
I think so, because you still have to roll for it.
Yeah, because it says for this one, pick one creature in long range and they take
Yeah.
4 points. This. Oh, it only is
Yeah.
4. Okay, so I can.
Yeah.
It
The
just,
stun will only affect them, but you can
I can zap the heck out of people, and it costs me nothing. It's great.
Zaps.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Shooting.
powerful. You're fucking mage. You're like, fuck this nonsense.
I was hoping.
So many bad.
All right, roll the attack.
Oh, 17.
Yeah, that'll hit. And with
Sweet,
a
I get
17,
something.
you get +1 damage. So it deals 5 points of damage.
5 points. You can even odds who you want it
Yeah,
to.
I'll take your 17, so it was the odds. So the other one, like, he reels, and we'll say this is the one that is below the Fire Angel, not the one that attacked Anon, the one that was, like, trying to slash at you while you're fucking in the air.
Crazy.
And he kind of, like, stumbles backwards slightly as, like, he just is hit by this, like, jolt of energy going through his system.
I told you were trapped. You fell for my trap.
Oh, hello, Dale.
All right. Anon and Oz. What do you two do? Oh, wait. No,
we already
Dale went
went.
at the end. You haven't all gone. Oh, great. The guards, they're going to go. They're like, well, good. I'm glad I made you angry. And you're in the air, and you're kind of far away from them. So
I'm
they
cool.
can...
But I'm the mastermind.
You are the mastermind. They don't really have any ranged weapons on them. So one of them is going to back up and just like he's gonna spend his whole action because you're in like short range of them, so they need to spend the whole action moving to you. So they're gonna just like run to you. And they don't get to attack this turn.
Ah.
The other one is gonna stab at you again. So you need to roll to defend. 9 or higher.
13.
Yes.
You sort of. What does it look like? What does it look like when Anon dodges? Like I imagine Dale's in one way, but I kind of want to know what like. Yeah, yours is like very like.
I think
More movement than maybe you needed. What does Anon
Anon's
do?
is just super graceful, and she just sort of like slides out and somehow like ends up to the side of him, like.
Oh, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, is it
very
also like
that.
do you use kind of the fabric to sort of like
Yes.
to
It's like
kind of give that sense that you're moving and when you're not there?
yeah, it's almost like the reason it works is because it looks like she's still there, even though.
You hear
There's
this
nothing
the shamisen as it.
All right, so both of them have gone. Now the three of you. There's no particular order to this, so we can roll off if we
Pumpernickel.
really want to.
Pumpernickel.
At this point, sorry, Pine has finally like you're like walking back and you like sort of knew where they went, and then you hear like you're trained. Like Pine is a soldier.
Pumpernickel,
Pine
pumpernickel.
hears the echoes of Pumpernickel, and you have made it, and like you round the corner and you see this come out. Actually, you know what you probably see? You see like a flare of fire, and you see smoke, and then you're like, oh.
Okay.
And you start making your way that way, and then at this point you can see Oz like in this floating fire.
Tell me when
form.
it's my turn.
I'll let you act it with the four of them.
Okay.
But you'll probably go last, and the four
That
of them
makes
will
sense.
go.
Anon's just gonna try and levitate him again.
The
with
one next
this-
to you.
Yeah, the one
Okay.
next to her. Yeah. If this works, then there's
Yeah.
another action.
You can only do one thing per turn, so
I
you'll-
know. I still can't do it. So she attempts again. And it's a puff
Remember,
of
you
glitter.
can also apply effort to these things too. So if you want to make them,
The odds are against are with you. The dice are not.
True. Well, I feel like I already filled
okay,
that one.
yeah,
so.
no, that's fine. But just as a reminder, you can always make things easier by spending effort.
Thank you.
So this guy looks like he's trying to escape.
No, he looks like he just came right up to you and is
Ah.
brandishing a sword.
Ah, never mind. Whack his sword hand with my baton.
Okay, smacky, smacky.
Smacky, smacky.
All right, are you trying to? Because you can choose. I believe this is correct. You can choose to not deal damage to get an effect instead. So like you could choose to hit him to like knock the sword out of his hand. It won't hurt him. He won't take any damage, but he won't have his sword.
I'll do that.
Okay. Same difficulty,
Okay.
unless you have any training in weapons or anything.
No.
9 or higher. It's all our non-fighters here.
I'm making
Can
my
I
way
actually
downtown.
apply a little effort?
You can. It is a might
Swords
task
will
for
flash.
attacking.
Okay,
I'm
so
flying now.
alright. I will apply a little effort.
So 6 or higher.
Higher. 11.
An 11. You do it. Bam! You smack his hand, and he like flinches, and the sword clatters onto the cobblestones. And he's like, ugh! It hurts. Like it hurts, but it's not. It's that like smarting temporary sort of pain. And he is desorted. He is desorted.
That's what I will do.
Okay.
My action.
Fire punch.
Do you? To be clear,
Yes.
does Oz yell the name of his attacks? I just wanted to know if that was a Keeson flavor or if that was
That's always me.
Oz yells the name of his attacks.
I wouldn't.
No, not yet. Only at if it's a 19 or 20, yes, then they have a name. Other than that, it's just pressing the X button. All right. So it's a little fire punch
Little
on
swoopy
the
swoop.
one that is attacking Anam. That's one that's already been hit for, right?
They've both been hit now.
They've both been hit.
All right, cool.
Well,
It's an 11.
That will hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Dope.
so
Yeah.
good.
So that's 2 plus the 3 heat damage.
Ooh, so 5 total.
Yes.
Dang. Okay, you go, bam, and you just like square in the jaw this one.
Oh, but I do
Um,
say this now that I actually hit. I just whisper, sorry.
And he like clenches, and there's like a scorch mark like on the side of his face. Like you can see like some blistering from the heat.
That's
that's
not
It
too
hurts.
bad.
so you
It
branded
hurts.
them
Like
with
they're
your fist?
in
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Good job.
Next time you gotta hit them with like you showing the middle finger, so it like looks something.
No, I'm gonna get an iron ring.
Iron ring
Middle finger.
on the middle finger.
Literally be branding them.
Yeah.
So we're clear. Like that's what that will do.
But it's gonna say like poop so they look foolish. It's like, why do you have poop on your face?
Or
I'm
you
like,
just
what?
put a smiley face, so it's nice. To be like, here's a
I should
smiley
probably do
face.
that. Balance,
A
yes.
little
Balance.
balance. It's the balance.
Balance with the punch, you get a
Magnesium.
nice.
Thank you, Lou. Hey, Lou.
Okay. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
Smiley.
Is this the point where? Like,
And actually, that's enough. Like you clock him into the side, and he just kind of they just fall to the ground. They seem mostly unconscious. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Bad.
You just knocked someone out.
I said I'm sorry.
The other one, Pine. You
yeah.
show up.
Okay, so how far away am I? Because I have a.
You're pretty far, especially from
Great.
the one that Dale is in conflict.
So
with.
Dale's in conflict. I can see him.
Yeah, you
Good.
rounded the corner.
You
can
I
see
think
this whole conundrum.
I think
Kerfuffle.
I know how to use a cipher without actually like being trained in it.
Yeah, now all of you can.
So I know my character name. Pine pulls out his glaive, and then from his other pocket he goes in and he just pulls out this weird-looking telescope and just sticks it together.
And it like somehow it shouldn't work, but this like brass like telescope
Goes
like
do-do-do.
just like releases something and then just like claws onto the staff of the glaive. Yep,
koala
that's the
hug.
thing. That'll
Okay.
And then he just pulls back and he just javelin throws it.
work. Not what glaives are for, but still works.
My range is now 2 miles.
Yeah, it like
You can still stand where you were in the marketplace and just throw it
Well, I
up.
think I needed to see it.
yeah, like to be clear, this would normally mean like you turn like a regular
Yeah.
weapon into a sniper
Oh, I
weapon,
know.
but I have decided that mechanically this will allow you to throw your glaive one time when it should
Yes.
not be possible.
But my goal is
Probably not
it's
too
just to like get his shoulder into the wall. So like
Oh, just
Yeah.
to impale him
just
lightly.
to impale him.
Cool.
Aim for the knee. Aim for the knee.
Yeah. Roll it.
So can you tell me what difficulty it is so I can start?
9 or higher. It's difficulty 3.
Okay, so difficulty 3 because I am trained as
You
a
are
actor.
actually trained in weapons.
So it's only 2.
Yeah.
I would like to apply effort.
Yep. So you can make it 1. So you need to roll a
Oh.
3 or higher. Spend the 3 points of effort.
And is this a speed? Are these
This
speed
is might.
points? Okay, so
Attacks are always might.
Okay.
Some are occasionally like there are
Yeah.
rare ones that are speed or intellect, but
so,
normally fighting with a weapon is might.
So I need to get a 3 or higher.
3 or
to get my
higher.
Both of ours
cool
are
shot.
intellect, but yeah.
I cannot do it. It's a 1.
No.
That's the same die. You're not allowed to use those ones anymore. you pull back, you get ready to throw the glaive, and you do that thing where you know when you forget to let something go when you're throwing it, and you just end up slamming the glaive into the crack in the cobblestone, and it gets stuck there.
But I want to point out, I did crack the sidewalk.
Yeah, you cracked the crack in the sidewalk.
That
Yeah.
crack went 2 miles deep.
2 miles.
You split Arden in half.
There's now a fractured.
Would you like to put the die in the cage?
No.
Okay.
It will. You'll do better next time. I believe in it.
Cool. I'm glad you believe in it. All right.
Here's my cipher. It
The 4
loses
of you
me.
have gone. One of them is unconscious. The other one now has no weapon, and they're like, fine, and they're gonna punch you.
Dodge. I will dodge because I am so good.
It is 1 harder, so because they are now using their fists.
So it's harder for them to hit me.
No, we'll make it the same. You can roll 9 or higher.
Okay, 9 or harder?
Yeah.
Ah, Dale.
You're Dale. You're Dale. You can
No.
take a punch to the face as they bam for 3 points of damage.
How many?
3.
Okay.
Subtract
You have armor though, don't you?
Subtract your armor.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And they're just like fine, and they just pop you in the nose.
Ow.
Your nose is probably bleeding a little bit.
Not from my tail.
Ow.
You want to exception them like while they're in front of you?
Yes.
All right, roll your attack as you are holding your nose.
My nose. 9.
That will hit exactly.
Nice.
Cool.
4.
They like rattle again as they have just punched you, and they sort of shake slightly. Anon and Oz and Pine. I guess Pine, you're
Pine will help in a second.
And An's gonna just try and levitate.
Okay.
The last remaining one. So that you can punch them.
with the
roll your levitate.
Wait, is he stunned or is he taking?
No, he's not stunned.
He's not
Okay,
stunned.
cool.
They're
Okay.
not exception. They're not part of. They're
Dope.
part of this.
They're part of this world.
18. Finally.
You succeed.
Oh, yes.
Levitate
Ooh.
doesn't do any damage, so you don't get any benefits. But yeah, you up in the air, and
You can spend points to keep them up there.
you keep them up there. You're holding them now. So
Yeah.
this will make it easier for you as they can't move out of this. Like, I imagine it's like when you hold a cat. Like a cat can squirm a lot. But like you're holding it really tight, so the cat can't like move. Like they're like part of them is in a fixed point,
Okay.
but the rest of them is just sort of like squirming around.
they
So it'll make it
punch.
1 easier for you. So you need a 6 or higher when you are punching them.
Uh,
If you want to do that, I don't actually know how Oz feels about potentially knocking out someone else.
not good.
Your turn, dear.
Question.
He punched me in the nose.
I
Yes.
know, but
Aim for the balls.
I can what?
Balls.
Intentionally?
Yes.
Oh
Look at my nose.
Okay. Can you, like you're suspending them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll leave them in the
He's
air.
all glittery.
Cool. Can you cancel that right now, or do you need another act in order to cancel it, or can you just let go?
Let's see. I can
It
check.
just lasts until the end of the turn. I think you can just let it go.
But why?
Yeah.
They don't like many other levitate spells, like they will fall at a slow, they don't just slam down. So
Yeah.
you can't make them
Rats.
take damage by dropping them.
I know.
Okay.
I don't think they know that.
If my concentration lapses, the target drops to the ground. But I think that it lasts for 1 round. The way I'm
And
reading this.
Are they held there suspended in space, or can they still be moved around?
You can push them.
You can push them and
Awesome.
move them around. Yeah.
I take them by their scruff.
Okay, so you come up and you're
Yep,
gonna hold them
and
by the
just
collar.
float up and just keep going higher and higher.
Okay.
As I say to him, she's the only thing that's keeping you afloat. Anon, release.
All right, dear. Just a moment.
Now I am. You have 2
yeah.
options. You have 2
We'll
options.
pull
now.
out of combat time.
Oh, sorry. Was
Yeah, no, you are literally now. You are the only thing like the sort of you actually feel it like when you were sort of pulling them.
Yeah.
It was like holding something really light, and then like you feel the weight.
Yeah.
I actually need you to make. I need you to make a might test. Hold it in the air.
Can I use all the effort?
You can spend effort. I'm gonna say. Oh gosh, you one-handed holding up a human being.
At first, and then when they do that, I say, "Now I am."
Okay, so you're two-handed
Yeah,
holding
yeah,
a human being. I would still say, like, it's difficult. Like, holding a person in the air is hard.
So it's 12?
Yeah, this 12 or higher.
Okay. And
Like, that's, you're, yeah,
is that with the
without a spending effort. So that's
I-
just the base difficulty
I
you need to
want
roll
all
12
the
or higher.
effort I can spend.
Which is 1, so you can make it difficulty 3, so spend 3 points from your might pool.
You got
Minus
it.
whatever your edge is.
You don't have my edge.
No, I don't.
Oh man.
All right. Whew. 9.
Just succeed.
Oh!
Because it was 12, you dropped it down to needing 9. Like, you just, like, you feel all of his weight. Like, and I was like, okay. And, like, lets it go, and you just, like, you're hugging him now. Like, you pull all of that
And my
weight
head is,
in.
please don't fall, please don't fall, please be safe, please be safe. And I say to them, now I am. You have
Yeah.
2 options.
How high are you taking them?
As high as I can go. I'm just going higher and
Okay,
higher.
so you go, like, 6 meters, and then, so we'll say you probably get, like, maybe, this is sort of, like, 20, 30, like, we're getting around there. Like, this is not an insignificant drop.
No. You have two options. First option, you can help us out. Tell us everything we need to know. Second option, as I'm explaining this to you slowly, you're getting higher and higher, buddy.
What do you want to know?
Who sent you, who you are, and where's our friend? And I do this.
Roll. Yeah. you do the, like, let him drop just a little bit, like.
Yeah, that's actually me trying to secure them.
All right. Roll intimidate. This is definitely easier because they are in the air. They are suspended. This is terrifying.
19.
I was gonna tell you, but whatever, you succeed.
19.
With a 19, you get a minor effect.
I want the full-on penance flame. I want to see who they interacted with and actually how bad this person is.
Okay, how does this work? I need.
This is where Sinfire actually works.
Yeah, this is.
Yay!
So I can see any of their misdeeds, anyone they've wronged, or pretty much just kind of like, just like, you know, that little, like, you weigh your heart and a feather and see if your
Yeah.
heart weighs more than the feather. Pretty much that. Would their heart weigh more than this feather?
Channel Sinfire. Blah blah blah.
And it's an optional minor effect.
Yeah, so you're doing the Sinfire touch.
Yes.
Your hands burst into flame. If you touch a creature, you can choose to either inflict 3 points of damage or inflict 1 point of intellect damage and ignore its armor. Alternatively, you can use this ability on a weapon. No. You're doing the tier 2 Discern the Sins.
Yeah. Ooh, no.
You don't have access to that.
Oh, I don't have access to the minor?
No!
You do have. Are you talking about the minor effects suggestion?
The minor effects, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
A transgression to the target committed against someone or something flashes before its eyes, which dazes it for a round. Yeah, these are suggestions of, like, things that could happen on a minor effect, as opposed to, like, specific things that you can do.
So, like, at your discretion, if anything.
Yeah, so I guess it depends. You're trying to get all of the information out of him.
Yes.
And you sort of, like, they because I don't think you actually want them to be stunned for a round, because that would be, like, them seeing their sins. But, you feel like you want to get that sense of, like, how bad of a person are they. There's that moment of, like, what is good? What is bad? And
Punching someone in the dick
Yes.
is bad.
I think this is both good for you, but also somewhat traumatizing. You see, like, you kind of look into their mind, and you get that sense of, like, the thing that they're wanting, and you see, like, there's kind of this, like, expanse of reality, and everything becomes really broad and wide for a minute, and then you just see this, like, devouring maw, and everything's gone, and, like, you blink, and that changes, and it's gone. But there was this moment of, like the world was swallowed by darkness, and you when you look at them, and, like, you get that sort of feeling from them. So interpret that as you will in terms of good or bad. And then they just sort of, like, they have this moment where they get dropped slightly, and they're like, fine. And with falls Harbinger. We captured your friend, Quinn, because they had something we think was interesting out in the borderlands. They're just snooping around.
We're getting higher, my friend. Is that
What else do
everything?
you want to know about this?
Where is he?
I can take you there.
Where is he?
They're at our hideout. You know our symbol? You'll find it down this street.
That's convenient.
What's the password?
Be one of us.
Like, join you?
No, we don't just. We have exclusive membership. Like, not just anybody is part of our.
Oh,
group.
well, make me a member now. Make me a member
That's not
now.
how this works. They're gonna be like,
okay.
who is this guy? He's not gonna know. I can't make you a member. That's just that. I don't have that much authority in the group. Please don't drop me.
All right. I start to lower him down and then take out my infinite bandages and then tie them up with my infinite
Wait, you have
bandages.
infinite
Okay,
bandages?
so
You said last week I have infinite bandages.
You have infinite hand wrap bandages that are not plot significant.
The asterisk comes out.
Yeah, to be clear, you have infinite non-plot significant bandages.
With the entire group there and their partner incapacitated, I can say I can drop them and we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you kind of raise him up, and he spills all this information. Is there any last things you wanted to get out of him? I mean, you had a 19, so like he'll kind of spill the guts.
Yeah. The last thing out of character, anything else that we need specifically? Because I got this image in my head that I want out because I hate doing this as Oz.
The cult of the Necronomicon would also be nice. The Nom-Nom-Nomicons.
Nom nom nom.
The nom nom tom.
Nah, just
Necronominum. Nom 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 nom.
Were they?
Necronominum.
I'll bring them down and let the group
Yeah.
Were they
ask their
bad?
questions as well. Even if they were, I still can't justify murder.
Do you let him go?
Not from up there. I bring them back down.
Okay.
they-
Yeah. So,
so-
you bring him back down.
Yeah, and then it's all four
Do
of
they
us now.
seek
And
punishment?
are you all like intentionally surrounding him? Like you kind of the other one's unconscious, but I assume you are making it
what-
difficult for him to escape.
Could I have zip ties on me?
You could have had zip ties as Dale,
Yes.
and that would probably turn into like sort of a rope.
Okay.
I have one in my Explorer pack too, don't I?
Well, I just
Yeah, you would have something you could tie his hands
tie
up
in,
with. Yeah.
the unconscious one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd
You
say
kind
knock
of
out
help tie
that
up the
one.
unconscious one, or just
We were
tie
making
up
a
the hands.
scene. I suggest we
Skedaddle.
with no, knock that one out.
They deserve punishment?
In the face, like right
I
here.
mean, like,
Are you still holding on to him?
Yeah, I'm just like, but
yeah.
now muscles here, so I'm kind of like, please take. I'm.
As soon as you let him go, like I just want to be clear, he looks like he's about to try and bolt. Like you let him go.
Oh no, I'm still holding on to them. Yeah. Sorry.
I think Pines is gonna walk over and I think he's just gonna spin and try to hit the butt against the side of his face to knock him
Okay,
out.
you're gonna use your glaive or just your
The butt of the glaive.
Okay, so you're just gonna smack him with the side
Yeah.
of the glaive. He looks relatively injured, so go ahead and roll. This is, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna hit him. You can still roll in case
I'm
you.
gonna, because I want.
So you
this
need a 3 or
chance.
higher.
20.
Ooh.
A 20. Yeah. So, fun fact: 20 plus 4 damage. And what do you normally? How much damage do you
4.
normally do? 4 total. So
Well,
when-
I mean, I'm not using
Are you
the
gonna
sharp
accidentally
end.
decapitate
it's still heavy.
him?
Like
Yeah.
that's kind of the concept
Yeah.
of it. Like it
I
would
kind of
be.
just want to
yeah.
knock him out
So
and
you just
interrogate.
you
That's
just
what I was thinking.
smack him,
We still
and
have
he
one.
just goes limp in your arms. Oz.
Did you
We don't hesitate.
Good job, Pine.
Are they?
They're
alive?
probably. I mean,
Yeah, they're still alive.
Okay.
I mean, how far is the other building that isn't the main building? Like the messed up building? Quinn's house.
The apartment, like 12 stories up.
I'm not carrying this.
No. Man, do we have a building that we can...
You've been told. I guess have you passed this information to Oz? Like
Yeah.
you know,
This is
further
the
down
place
this
right
alley,
here.
if you find their symbol, that's where they're located.
Oh. You said you...
I can take us there.
The one that's unconscious, I would just kind of like...
They're both unconscious.
I mean, the
Pat
one
them
that I
down.
have in front of me.
Oh yeah, you can pat them down. Like they've got their cloaks on. They don't. They have they had short swords. One of them had dropped theirs. They don't have anything particularly remarkable on them. You can pick up like a few coins. That's about it. They don't have like secret plots written on a piece of paper.
Dang! No secret plot. How dare they? Can I take the cloak and the pin?
Yeah, you can take the cloak and pin off both of them.
I just want the one. I'll put it on mine.
Yeah, I mean, but both of that there are two available.
Then we
to you.
can.
How much?
I mean, I just can't take it from him. That's.
Anon takes it and gives it to him.
I love the struggle Oz has. Like he's so.
I mean, I know that you
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
I don't know
define
what you're
Quinn.
talking about.
Define Quinn.
Yeah,
Define Quinn. Then I give it
exactly.
back. Then I give it back to you.
We can find them later. You can give
Actually-
it back.
Pine, this looks better probably on you.
I mean, like, Pine will put it on, and it will look slightly too short.
Yeah, I mean they're not like full length cloaks anyway. They were like kind of knee length.
Ah.
I feel
Anyway.
like you two make a better.
They're
look.
active cloaks.
Yeah.
You know. What's
So
your plan?
I'm glad you guys come in here. This is my trap. As you can see, I'm very successful at these things. You gotta know when you gotta get things.
Will does Dale like casually try and lean against a wall while he's saying this? But, like,
Will these two be threats later? Should we deal with this threat now?
Not those two necessarily, but I did see something that maybe you three can help me out with. So as I said before, you know, sometimes when it touches people, you see kind of bad things that they do.
Oh, the thing you
Did-
could not do before. You can now do.
I mean, I don't control it. I mean, I mean, it happens when it happens. When it doesn't. There is a vision of just something bad. Something bad with lots of teeth just eating everything. Just like not like things, but like worlds,
world?
existence.
Oh, that comes from the strange.
Like with the
Yeah.
Inklings and stuff.
So obviously,
Oh, would
he's
I?
seen something, or perhaps his world has been eaten. Did it seem like he
I
worshipped?
think this is very basic knowledge. That was probably a planet Vor.
Oh,
Vor.
planet
Yeah.
They're the Eater of Worlds.
eater world.
They're massive creatures that live in the strange. So anyone with a vague knowledge of the strange, like you've read it in the files at the estate, like they talk about them. Eater of Worlds.
Can I drag these into the alley?
You're in the alley.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I work fast. And I mean, we. I guess
Are
we
you
gotta-
going to go to their base?
I think we have to.
That's where they have.
How are you approaching? Like, what's your plan?
And the cloaks have like
they're
the hoods.
Yeah.
I
Well-
mean,
Pull it
why don't you
forward.
two pull your hoods up?
No, I have one.
You have
Yeah,
one.
You have, oh
no,
we-
I gave it
okay.
to Oz.
And
go.
do you have any more rope?
That was fast.
There you go.
Dill, Anon, can you guys put your hands behind your back so we can tie you up, please?
If you insist.
Dale.
We need the people that they were looking for, and we were the people that they were looking for, so
Dale, dear.
we can't come back empty-handed.
I mean, there is this way that you can tie my hands that make it look very convincing.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you do like a fake little
Oh, like a
tie-up.
fake
So yeah,
loop.
so like you
Okay.
could just pull it open, but it looks.
I'm gonna just keep
from
my face
outside.
bloody.
Yeah, you're sloughing blood.
Oh yeah, and I guess Anon's got her.
Got a little
And you got a
cut.
slash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the two people that didn't get.
Mhm.
Oh.
Okay,
We
so
did really good on this
We
planning.
planned
finding
this. It's part of
finding
my
the
great
location.
my great plan.
I know.
Yeah.
You're just gonna find it. It's fine. It'll take a little bit of time. Let's see who spots it though. This is a standard challenge, so 6 or higher.
I'm gonna do it. I didn't do it. Roll a 2.
19.
I'm blind because my nose really hurts.
yeah, you roll a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're like,
my
ow, you're
nose.
actively in pain.
It's okay. I just got distracted by your pain.
16.
Yeah, so I will say, like, the two of you are probably following behind, and Oz and Anon, like, are walking, and Oz, you know, you're kind of doing the, like, leading, and you see it, and you're actually, like, looking down, and it has been etched into a cobblestone. Like, you see one, maybe it's been replaced, but you see that symbol, that sort of bare tree with a single leaf on it inside a circle.
Oh,
And
wow.
you look up, and there is just a fairly unassuming door next to it.
But, become one of us. Password. Best password.
I mean, he like immediately just like musses up part of his hair so that one braid is just all just like undone, but it looks very smooth and like a platinum brown.
Okay. You see, like,
You
it's
went
a
Fabio.
plain-looking door. You definitely see that kind of, like, slidey face pulley across part.
Oh, Claire?
It's common here. Like, that's you know, they don't have like peepholes or
Claire.
like, cameras.
Claire's there. Oh, hey.
The walk here, can I also do a recovery roll?
Yeah, you can totally. Anyone can do recovery rolls on the. Yours is an instant one. Anyone that's. Is it an action?
Oh,
One is
mine
an
it would be
action,
10
then
minutes.
it's 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, the 10-minute one probably you
could
don't have
I-
enough time,
could
but
we
you
just
could. I mean, if
wait?
you want to delay 10 minutes, I'll let you do that. Like, that's up
Can
to
we
you
wait a
guys.
bit? My
Yeah.
nose. I mean, just let me plug it up, please.
Yeah.
It takes some faffing about, and eventually you get there.
Okay.
So you can do recovery rolls.
Perfect.
So the little door opens.
1d6.
Yep.
3.
I say the password, and just a.
You think this is the Okay, so you knock on the door. Or you just say the password to the door. I just want to be clear who you're trying to talk to.
Pumpernickel. Shoot.
So you
Let's
go,
start
like,
over. I forget that.
Bam, bam on the door, and like you see the face, and she's sort of looking at you like, "Did you find them?"
I tug on the rope. 2 out of 4 ain't bad.
Huh. How like you're trying to like disguise yourself?
Yeah,
right?
it's
Kind of
it's
pull
it's
up.
Assassin's Creed low.
Oh yeah. Like just your mouth, and they're like, "Huh? What happened to the other two?"
They got away. They're coming for you.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll to convince them that you are in fact one of them.
Okay.
Can I am trained in social interactions. Can I give a bonus by saying
So let's start with this will be this is challenging.
Okay. I am.
This is 5 or level 5. So what
Okay.
do you have to drop it down?
I'm trained in persuading.
Okay, so that makes
Could
it level
I-
4.
Could I also support with deceiving?
Yeah, so that gives you a +1 to the roll because you're both, I would say, persuading, deceiving. You're kind of on the same level here. So +1 to the roll.
and I'm trained in social interactions, so I'm gonna look very stoically evil next door.
Okay, I'll let that be another +1. And would you like to apply some effort? So it's right now it's still level 4.
Oh, dope.
But it's 2 knocked down, so it's only 10.
Yes, it's whatever you roll +2.
dope.
Oh.
Do you want to expend effort?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that makes it 3. So you need to roll a 9 or higher
Dope.
to convince them.
9.
Oh.
There we have it.
They kind of like give you this sort of quizzical look, but you know, you sort of
throw up in my mouth.
you throw up in your mouth a little bit. Like Pine looks like meek, I guess. You sort of, or maybe angry. No,
I
you're
look
one
tough.
of them. You're
Yeah,
you're both
I-
trying to
I
be the
look
guards. You're like,
tough.
yeah, you like tug on Dale just a little bit, you know, get them, yeah, and they sort of she gives you this like kind of quizzical look. Bring him in, see what they're here for. And she opens the door. You hear like bolt, latch, bolt, latch, and leads you into this sort of dark room. It's like dimly lit. There's some lanterns and like torches about, and you see like there's a table. There's one other person sitting at the table, and then there's a back room or another door, and she gestures at it. She's like, dump him in there with the other one. We'll deal with them later. And then come over here, and she like goes back to something that's at the table.
So just to be clear, there's somebody at the table who is the one who opened the door.
No, there's someone at the table, and then there's a woman who opened the door,
And then there's a back room.
and then there's back room. That she has gestured and told you to go dump them.
And is there any other doors in this place?
Yeah, you think you see there's at least one other door that you see. You don't know what it leads to. This room, and then there's a set of stairs that go upstairs.
Okay.
You stay here.
So So you go and you open to the side room, the other room, and in it, this is like very clearly like a kind of holding room. There's no furniture in here. There's like a bucket in the corner, and it smells kind of bad. And you see Quinn, or you see someone who matches the description of Quinn, and he's sort of sitting there. He's got kind of the curly, I think this is how I described him. I might be getting this wrong. Like salt and pepper, sort of black hair, kind of tan skin, and he's just sort of like, he's tied up and kind of just like leaning like half awake on the wall, and he sort of like opens his eyes and like looks at the two of you and doesn't really acknowledge you. He sort of does that like shrug, like puts his head back against the wall.
Well, hello there, Quinn.
When you talk to him, he sort of rouses slightly, like, "Oh, you're here to talk to me.
You've been looking for you.
And like the two of them are standing at the doorway, and you like, do you like push him in the room, and then like,
I immediately just pull out the glaive and go
All right, so let's break this down. Like the two of you are like, you take Inan and Dale and like put them in the room, and like you kind of like half close the door behind you, maybe not all the way, like you're like taking care of them, and then you're like, and then you just swing open the door, pull out the glaive, and I assume you're charging the two people at the table.
Stabbing the closest person.
Okay, so yeah, they'll be the one that's like sitting at the table. You immediately go to stab.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Great.
I thought we were gonna grab and run.
Why grab one when
is
you
like
can murder?
right behind you. Like what? What?
I have a bonus in being balancing and careful. Can mine be a silent stab? A surprise stab?
Your stab is silent. Their scream is not.
Technically, it is
No,
a coup de grace surprise round.
That's not how this works. I will say you surprise them, so it will be easier.
Okay.
Alright. This would normally be a 9, but it'll be you need to roll 6 or higher to stab them.
I am.
And then like
I am trained.
you are trained, so
So it's only a 3.
only a 3.
So it's time for purple dice to earn their keep.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A 3!
Yeah, you stab them. How much damage do you do?
Ah.
And this was the one like sitting at the table, and you just like fling open the door, and in this flurry of
They're sitting there
movement,
reading Marmaduke.
blade.
4.
4. Okay.
I'm only a sometimes occultist. One day, I just got
This
stabbed.
was Wednesday. You had to pick Wednesday.
Wednesday.
All right. And okay, yeah, you stab him. You stab him. The Dale Quinn, sorry, watches this. Apologies. Quinn is like you're talking, and then Quinn sees their flurry of movement and just sees them go out and be like, none of you work for.
We're here to rescue you.
I can see that. All right, I'm gonna get with that. We're gonna actually roll this one for initiative. So
Okay.
let's get some orders.
Okay, I roll a d20 though, right?
You roll a d20, and then your number will just determine whether or not you go before or after them.
Okay.
16.
Hey, if I'm trained in speed defense, what does that mean?
If you're trained in speed defense,
Yeah, maybe it
Would
means
you-
that I can.
oh, that makes it easier for you to defend every time.
Okay, save the
Oh, that
battle.
would've
And
been
like
nice.
defending against any speed test makes it
20s
easier
more
for you.
than-
Okay.
Liked.
So you had a 16?
Yeah.
All right, Dale's gonna go before.
13.
13. You're also going before Oz.
14.
Fine, 2. Anon?
4.
Great. Anon goes after. Cool. So Dale, Oz, and Pine. Pine, you have gone. So you will act last, but you get to go again. So
Okay.
of the 3 of them.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you get
okay.
to take another action. Like you stab them, then they react, and then you can do something
Yes.
else. So Oz, Dale, what do you two do?
So he's not pinning the table down anymore, the stab person, right? Okay, so I'm trying. There's another door.
There is in the room. There was the door you came in.
Yeah.
There was the door to the room you just came into, which is this kind of like side room holding cell. There is one other door, which is kind of at the back of the room, and then next to that is a flight of stairs that lead up
Oh, okay.
to like a second floor. And there was one person who was like sitting at the table, and now he just got stabbed. And there was a woman who like went to look at something at the table and is standing at the table, and now is looking up, seeing someone getting stabbed, and she was the one who greeted you at the door.
I will tackle her.
You're gonna tackle her.
Yes.
Okay. I will let you. Because you
I'm
probably can't do both because you can just pull your arms.
Well, I
arms
don't.
Apart.
Well, can't I
But
just
she's
body?
like, on the other side of the room.
I mean, I don't have to untie my arms to just ram into her.
Sure. I will say you can do this, but it's gonna be harder for you.
Okay. Oh wait, really?
Yes. Because you are slightly restrained. She's also on the other side of the room, so technically she's not in an immediate
Oh,
range.
dang it.
So you're trying to do a melee attack, but I would let you like charge her and kind of combine it for making it harder.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So for her, you need to roll 15 or higher.
I mean, let's try it.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
3.
Ah, never
It's a
mind.
3. You kind of like shuffle, but you realize like you're trying to. They put you in this side room, and so like Anon and you were kind of like wrestling for the doorway, and then Oz is still in the doorway, and you were like trying to get past him. So you just get past him, and now you're just in the room with the table in it, where there's the 2 people.
Dang it.
They're escaping.
Is all Oz does. What does Oz do?
One's impaled, sitting down. The other one is standing. I do flame on the hand,
Okay.
and I hold it out, and I say, "Don't move."
Ooh.
Is that all you do?
I just say, "Don't move."
Should have locked the
I've
door.
hit too many people. I have hit too many people today.
Cool. Are you trying? Yeah.
Are you
Great.
intimidated?
I would like to.
What would you like to do? You're doing that. Like that is
Yeah.
a thing you
Yes.
can do,
Yes.
and I will decide how they react to that.
Yeah, and just let's make an intimidation roll.
Okay. So you're trying to
and
intimidate them.
yeah.
All right. So you need to roll 12 or higher.
Cool. 13.
Okay. Your goal is to get them to
Just don't alert anyone. Don't move from that spot.
know. All right.
Don't
Perfect.
move. They're gonna try to attack you again. You stay right there.
Oh, are you trying to do like don't move, I've got this, or like don't move, I'm gonna fuck you up?
It's just like nobody move.
Okay, freeze. No,
I have a firearm.
Ah, you have a fire!
Hashtag
You like us.
I'm
Alright.
the GM now.
We all rotate one seat.
Wait, then it can be my turn.
Ooh, you can be Dale.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You could be Anon.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
not.
Great. Okay, that was Dale, Oz, and Pine. You've all gone.
Wait, but I get.
You can go. Yes, Pine. What do you
I'm
do?
gonna stab harder.
Okay, you like stab, and then you're gonna bring it up for another swing.
I just want to do the like actually take effort and you like move
you're
my
gonna spend some
hands
effort?
and I want to fulcrum it so it just goes from the center out.
Okay, so
Ooh.
as we've clarified, this is normally a difficulty 3. You drop it down to a difficulty 2 because you are trained, and then you can spend
I
effort.
would like to
make
use
it
some effort.
difficulty 1.
Yes.
20, 20, 20.
Okay.
So I need to get a 3, right?
You need a 3 or higher.
20, 20, 20, 20.
14.
Yeah, you do it. For another 4 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah, they're like this poor person. They're like, as you just
They
And on
Stab!
my daughter's birthday.
yeah. You look at what they were looking at, and it was like pictures of their family. No, I'm
one day from retirement.
Are they still alive?
I just
they're
sang
still alive. They're gonna like fumble and like sort of stand up and turn around, and they don't have a weapon on them because they were. Like they
I'm
sort
an
of look
intern.
and like their sword is like they like grab the sword that's like next to them on a bench and then they just slash at you.
Okay.
So you need to dodge. You are trained at speed defense.
Yeah.
This is where this applies.
Yeah.
So it'd normally be a level 3 task, but now it is level 2, so 6 or higher.
I did it.
Yeah, you. What does it look like when Pine dodges? Is it more like a parry? Like what is
Pine's
this?
is more like yours was about illusion, like where am I? You hit where I was. Yours is more about like break dance, hip hop, fall down. I think Pine
that's what it's
is
about.
literally minimal movement,
Okay.
like slight minimal movement, and then strike. So it's gonna be all about that.
Cool. It's sort of the reactionary. The other one, like they look at you and they're like, okay. They don't move. They just sort of lift up their finger.
That's moving. You did what I told you not to do.
And then they're gonna blast you and you just see this crackle of lightning come out of their hand and it's gonna hit you.
Shoot.
Oh, automatic.
unless you dodge.
I will dodge.
I mean, I don't think
So
you
this
can
one is
fly.
a speed test. You need to roll a 12 or higher.
And I will use my luckiness.
Ah.
All
Okay.
luck.
So you can spend 3 points from luck / your edge pool, or speed, I should say.
Should've
and roll.
tackled her.
So this is now 9 or higher. Level 3.
10.
10.
Oof.
The crackle of electricity, like it goes off, and you see like it scorch mark into the ground behind you, and they're like, they look like they're somewhat afraid of you, and they definitely want to keep their distance.
Yeah, I dodge lightning, which moves almost at the speed of light.
Almost at the speed of light.
That's
yeah.
how fast
yeah.
I am.
How
Think
do
about
you
that.
dodge?
Yeah.
Ooh, how do you dodge it?
Inan.
Oh, luck.
Inan.
I trip.
Quinn is like,
Anon's gonna pull out her dagger and after she just sort of effortlessly drops her bonds because they did that little nice.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
just like poof, and then she's pulls out her dagger and comes over. She's like, so how are you feeling?
great. Thank you for coming. Are you with the estate?
Sure. I'm Anon. Yes, it's so nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. He takes your hand and probably kisses it like it's the polite thing to do or the proper thing to do.
He's smooth.
Yeah, he's like,
There's a reason why he was in the dungeon and not dead.
Oh.
Because he got captured.
I appreciate you getting me out of here.
I'd love to learn a little bit more about you and everything you've been doing once we get out of here. Of course.
Probably move quickly.
Yeah. You want to lead the way or should I?
And then she stands up and leaves. She just stands up. Okay, that was her turn. All right, Dale Ozpine. Three of you want to do?
She lightninged.
Yeah, you can. You realize that you can just open your hands.
Yeah, I could just open. Two can play at that game. Yes, exception.
Okay. Roll your attack.
What am
level
I?
4.
Level 4, so
12.
12. Over
And this
higher.
is intellect, so you could spend from your intellect pool. if you
I'll go ahead and spend for my intellect pool.
want. 9 or higher.
So that's gonna be 12.
Hot boys.
Hot boys.
Hot boys. Two
Hot boys get the dungeon.
No.
7. Okay.
No.
You're like, 2 can play at that game, and you point at her. And she's like, what game?
Goddamn.
Don't understand your game. Oz, Pine.
I want to continue my onslaught.
Oh
so
my
I have
God.
stabbed, I have fulcrum twisted, I want to bring her around and just slash down.
All right, roll it. And this is the same as normal for you, so it's 6.
Is it 6? I'm not going to use anything
So
on
it drops
that.
it down from a 9 to a 6.
I got a 10.
You got a 10, yeah.
4 more damage.
4 more damage, and that is enough. As the poor person, they collapse, blood starts trickling out onto the table as they fall backwards onto it.
Good. Sorry, that wasn't an evil laugh. That was a hair laugh.
Yep.
No, that was it. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Hands still out, but kind of hurt that I said, hey, don't do this. And they did it.
They didn't move from that spot.
Oh, they moved. Do they make that face? We have this conversation.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't move from this spot.
You know what I meant.
You're trying to kill me. Why wouldn't I fight back?
I'm not trying to kill you.
How do I know that? You just murdered my friend
Then
over
I'm
there.
going to give you a chance to live.
Why should we?
I'm giving you this chance.
Do we have
You
to?
walk over where Quinn is. We're gonna leave. The door will be unlocked. Wait 10 minutes. Do what you gotta do.
Oz, we don't even know what type of people these are.
I know.
I want you to roll your persuade.
Persuasion and the fact that the guard is dead.
Yeah, no. I will make it. It'll be 2 easier because you have persuade. So this goes from a 4 to a 2, so 6 or higher, unless you want to spend effort on it.
Yes. No. 'Cause that's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay.
Nope.
Actually, I have an idea. I kind of.
Do it.
We have rolled a lot of
Do
ones.
it.
Pumpernickel, pumpernickel,
Twenties.
pumpernickel.
20.
She gets pumpernickels.
Yeah.
All the ones are on this side.
So she'll look at you. So this was your turn, and she looks at you, and she cracks a grin, and she holds her hands up,
Don't wait.
and she backs up, and she starts moving up the stairs,
No, that's not the.
and she just laughs. She's like,
You're going
"Move
the wrong-
quickly." your world, all your worlds, will be devoured in time.
Oh, don't say that. Why would you say?
We had what we needed anyway.
What did you need?
And then she just bolts up the stairs.
I will grab all the papers on the table.
Okay, you just like sweeping grab all the papers on the
Paper
table.
receipt. I was gonna run
We'll move
upstairs.
out of. What do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna actually put on my recording thing and just look to see if, like, I'm gonna use my cipher and
Okay.
record every single thing that's in the room. Like, if there's
Yeah.
anything on the walls, anything that is leading up the stairs, I want to see it and record it.
Oh, that's what you got?
Super useful for now.
That would have been very useful for one.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, because she was looking at something on the table. I'm just
yeah.
grabbing all the information.
You grab everything on the table. Yeah.
Shove
it all in your. What do the rest of you do?
I'm hurt.
Oh, you gonna?
No, I'm not gonna.
Kind
No, like,
looks like they're about to go up the stairs.
No, I'm
right?
gonna run. I
Yeah.
have 2 abilities in running.
if you do
Can
it,
I run and just yank her back down the stairs?
I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, but they heard all
How
of this.
hard
I
is
say,
it
let's go,
to
let's go,
catch
let's go.
up? 'Cause I
Tell-
wanna
that's
get
what
there
I'll be saying.
before-
I'll whisper, let's go, let's go,
You're
let's
gonna
go,
need
let's
to
go,
roll.
let's go, let's go.
What's
now,
more difficult?
now.
Okay, so Anon's turn was recording. That's kind of the action. It takes 30 seconds, so it's actually going to take a couple of rounds for you to get this. So
Oh,
Pine might
Jesus.
be able to get up there first. And then we'll bump back at the top of the order. Dale is just grabbing everything. Oz is going to let Pine go. She only had like 1 head start against you. So this would normally be 4.
Okay.
But you said you have 2 levels.
I have 1 in. I have 1 in running. Oh, sorry. I only have 1 running. I have 2 balancing.
Okay, you have 1 in running, so that will make it a difficulty 3. So
Okay.
9 or higher.
So.
To catch up to her.
Yeah, and I have fleet of foot if that helps at all. If
Is that-
succeed difficulty speed 2, then you move an action in 1 round. So it's my ability to catch up and then hit because usually you can only do move. or
Yes,
action.
that is true. Okay.
So
So if you succeed on this, then you can also attack her.
okay, so I'm gonna roll for that, and I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna use my effort to bring that down. So it's only gonna be a 3 or higher.
No, because it was you're dropping it down from a 3 to a 2.
Okay, so
With
6 or
effort.
higher. Yep. Okay. 11.
Yeah. You book it up the stairs, glaive in hand, and like she's literally just turned 1 corner, and like she turned away from you, and she's running somewhere, and you don't know where.
Yep.
And you get up to her, and you can go for it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like. Is it okay if I nullify damage to make her stop running up the stairs?
Or you could just kill her. Killing her stop.
I don't think I
mean-
will be able to in 1 turn, and I don't want her to get.
Do you want to like the way you would do that would be something like tripping her or like having her fall or tumble or
Yeah.
like something that would actually stop her movement? Yes, you can choose
Yeah,
to
let's-
sack your
let's-
damage in
let's do a
exchange
tumble
for
to come back.
getting her to fall. Okay.
Oh,
Because
so
otherwise,
like-
I'd be like, it's her choice whether she stops or continues. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
well, telling.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't.
So I just want to stop her movement because I don't know what's at the top of the stairs. I assume it's more people. So.
Yeah. All right. Roll your attack. So, you're using the glaive, so you're trained, so it drops it down to 3
Okay.
difficulty.
13.
13. Yeah. You, as she's running, you just take the end of it and you sweep the leg, and she like stumbles onto the stairs and kind of like falls up them slightly, and it's her turn. Oz, are you gonna do anything?
I'm gonna assist Quinn.
Okay.
Just get up. Hey, what happened? Who are you? Hi, can we leave now?
Yes. Where did your friend go? They clearly went to
Off killing again.
Okay. And as you're saying that, Pine up the stairs, murdering it, murdering it up.
I love that
She
you're
like
off murdering again. Just
kind of
sees me
flips over and just looks at you, and she's like, "Fine, that's the way you want to play it." And she's going to bolt you.
Makes sense.
So you need to dodge.
Is this a speed check?
Yep.
Okay.
So 3. You need to beat a 9.
Nope.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
So you roll a 3, and she just looks at you and just pops you like center of the chest. You feel this jolt of electricity hit you, and this is shock damage.
Yeah.
So you are actually going to be like stunned. You're going to
Oh,
lose sack
no.
your action the next round, and you take 1 point of damage that is not negated by armor.
Oh.
Okay. And I'm stunned.
Yep.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah.
My smite's not 0 yet, so.
Good. That's not a good thing. You don't want your might to get to 0. Anon.
I think I'm still recording, right? So
Yeah.
Are there any other rooms that I can go in to record and see if there's anything there? Any other rooms on this level? Because it sounded like there was just like the main room, the little like holding cell, and the stairs up.
You can open the other door. It's a privy. Like it's not.
Okay.
It's nothing exciting. Like there's storage and stuff in there, so you kind of get all of that. Like, and then you can start up the stairs if you want to.
I think she would. They're like halfway up the stairs, or are they
Yeah.
at the top of the stairs? They're halfway up the stairs. Okay. While it's recording, is it possible for her to levitate? Try and levitate this.
Yeah, the
character?
recording's passive.
Perfect. So she's gonna do that.
Okay.
Hopefully. Going
All
to do
right.
that.
Yeah, you take a look and you see her at the landing.
13.
That will succeed.
Thank goodness.
So she's like,
Yeah.
She-
And she like lifts up into the air. Okay, Dale, Oz, Pine.
I'm
Pine,
stunned.
you were stunned.
I'm like,
So you're
I
like-
hit the ground,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
oh, and I was like, Pine? Pine?
Wait, so did you fall back down to the
no, I assume I
floor?
hit. I mean,
No, like
it
you
was
just
like a
you just,
corner,
Yeah,
probably.
you're
and so I'm
basically
against the
goes
corner.
up the corner. Yeah, so you're both on the landing of the stairs, and so like Pine kind of on one side, and then the woman like levitating on the other side.
I remember with some of the characters you say that their pools are not split into 3 different ones. Some of
In
them
fact,
share
almost
this
all
one.
NPCs. Yes, we're all NPCs.
If I only do the intelligence damaging part just to stop her from using any more spells.
It won't have an effect on that. They have health rather than pools.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they like their abilities are slightly different. The intelligence part, the main advantage to you on using an NPC is no armor gets subtracted from it.
Yes.
Anything that is not might is not negated by armor, so she'll just take that flat damage.
Cool. I would just retrieve her while she is still in stasis.
Okay, so
Just-
you like run. Like you're gonna have to run all the way up the stairs. That's gonna be your full action. Okay, so you're running. You run up the stairs rather than like popping her with a ranged attack or anything.
Yeah, can I actually go? Do I have enough movement to go past her so I'm
Yeah,
not standing?
yeah,
like,
yeah. You can kind of get behind her so that she is being like held between you and Pine.
Cool.
Okay, Dale, what do you do?
I have all the information.
Pulled everything off the table. Like you just shoved it. Like you stuffed it. That was your
Okay,
full
okay.
action.
So I will go ahead and is the door? Did she relock the door?
The exterior door unlocks from the inside, so you can.
No,
unlock
I
it.
mean like so the one leading outside to the outside world. Because
Yeah,
remember
she
there's
locked it when you guys came in. She
okay.
locked it
Ting
behind
ting
you.
ting ting ting.
So you're gonna spend your action just unlocking the
Making
outside
sure
door.
we can book it,
Excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So she's not stunned. So she looks at you and she looks at Pine. She sees you behind her. Oh God, who would she want to go
We're
for?
all pretty
Like,
great.
You're all great targets for her. So she's just gonna you see her hand. It's gonna kind of crackle with electricity, and I think she can tell that you're the one that's holding her, but you might be harder for her to hit. So I'm gonna give you a bonus on this.
Okay.
So she's gonna try and just blast you so that you can't hold her up anymore. So you only have to beat a 9.
I got a 7.
Oh.
Okay. Same thing happens to you. She blasts you. This time, actually, she's just gonna deal damage to you. So you just take 3 points of ambient damage. So armor does not get negated from it. So she's just she's like, end this quickly.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it is.
I want to shatter the step that's underneath her.
I think that's
I think
probably
I drop her levitation to do that, but
that's probably. I think you have. Do you have to spend an action to hold the levitation?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I could
you would drop
levitation
her, so she kind of
shatter.
fumbles to the ground. This is a little bit harder to do because it's not a single object. Like I let you do the cobblestone because we could count it as a single stone. You could. It's got to be a small, discrete object. The stairs are probably too continuous.
The pin.
Oh,
Yeah, like the
pin.
nails.
No, her pin.
I meant
You're
her.
right.
Her.
Yeah,
pin.
she's wearing that. You can shatter
Actually,
that.
yeah, I'll shatter her pin.
Cool. All right.
And
Roll.
hopefully
it.
we'll shatter her pin.
That would be cool.
A 1.
Yeah. Wait. No.
No.
I'm excited for once because it means story happened.
No.
Yeah.
But, it
no, I'm
sucks.
gonna. It works. I'm gonna say that it works.
But it makes
However,
them-
it also hits both of them.
Wait, but me, no.
Oh, sorry, guys.
So both of you take 1 point of unresisted damage. So you just take 1 point of damage, and like it blasts like up in her face, and just
She's like, and Anand's like, yes, let's end it quickly. Sorry. Like then she just looks really upset.
Dale Ozpine.
What are you doing? Let's go.
We're dealing
Oh,
with
okay.
an asshole.
Fine. Can I try exception again?
Yeah. I like how quickly you guys are like, I guess we're not running away. We're just gonna murder her. I let her run away. I let you get away. Here's my gift. You're like, fuck your gift.
She also said that the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah,
She got the information already. Or they have the information.
roll it.
Alright.
Difficulties 12 or higher.
12 or higher? 12.
Yay.
You succeed. Yeah. Ugh. And she sort of reels back slightly as you hit her with the exception.
Keep punching her. Let's go.
Why would I use my fists?
Oh.
It like just brings down the claim.
Okay, roll it. For you, I think this is difficulty 3 with your glaive.
Yeah, so I only need to roll 9.
Yep.
16.
Okay.
Oh.
You slam her again for another 4 points of damage.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
It's good. She's like being knocked back. Like there are 4 of you. What are you gonna do, Oz?
Punch her.
I'm not gonna punch her.
Kick her. Slap her. Backhand.
Fire.
I'm just gonna punch her. I'm just gonna set her on fire.
Wow.
The 3 points of damage.
Should have nicer.
Is this one is
Burning to
there's still
death.
armor applied to it. Okay.
So I guess an Oz burning to death is less
She's
than
just like you're all just ganging up on her, and she just she's gonna probably look at Pine because you're the one that's directly in front of her and gonna like attempt to just slap you with a crackling electric
I
hand.
can't believe this.
Me,
Who's never done anything wrong?
Yeah, Pine has never done anything wrong.
You
Wouldn't let her
did,
go.
yeah.
You need a 9 or higher.
12.
12, and she just misses as she's just been buffeted by all of you, and she's like got this like kind of manic grin on her face and like a little bit of a cackle, like as she's just sort of receiving all of your volleys. Anon.
Is she wearing like she's got like armor or something
Yeah.
under the
Yeah,
cloak?
they all kind of have the leathers on, like leather armor underneath.
Okay.
I'm gonna rule that you cannot shatter people's clothing that they're wearing.
What about expensive jewelry?
I actually need to double check because oftentimes there's like exceptions to things that are being held or used by a person.
Okay.
Um,
I would really like to be able to shatter beer mugs.
yeah, that's
So-
a very clearly discrete object.
Okay.
I'd totally allow that.
Like pins also feel cool.
Yeah,
Like it was an
yeah.
item of importance.
But like
Yeah, teeth.
earrings
Shattering teeth.
feels pretty cruel to shatter somebody's earrings.
or like
Ow.
bones inside them. Like
Yeah, you can't see those
Yeah.
though. You definitely.
I
have
don't
to
know
be
the
able to
rules.
see it.
I just think it's kind of like blood
have
bending
one of
where
those
you get to do
gold
whatever you
teeth.
want.
You could just shatter one of
Small,
their gold teeth.
mundane, composed of homogeneous matter.
Okay.
And if we don't know, like help brother out. Homogeneous.
Homogeneous means all the same material.
Thank you.
Oh, so their teeth.
So like
Their teeth are made of the same material.
No, because
and
teeth
you
have
can-
layers.
Yeah, your teeth aren't actually all made of the same material.
They're like
Yeah.
bone on the
A lot of
outside and
layers.
they're goo on the inside.
Bone on the outside.
Okay, but you
goo
say I
on the
can't shatter her
inside.
clothes, so I'm not gonna try that. Instead, she's gonna pull her crossbow from her back and just level in fire.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Well, that was a 12. It just went
Yeah,
out the other side.
that
so I'm
hits.
gonna take it.
How much damage does the crossbow do?
2.
Enough?
Have all of you gone? Unfortunately, she has armor, so no, it's not enough.
I mean, it's her turn is the last turn.
Yeah,
So
so,
it's back to
it's you two now. She looks like she's almost out of it.
Just-
All right. Turn up the heat just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
What are you?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Oz, because yeah, I guess roll your attack. You might fail.
Oh.
But roll it. It's 12 or higher. You want to apply effort?
If it's is this a light weapon or do I have to punch for it to be a light weapon?
I I would say if you're using it as a melee attack, it's not a weapon.
Hands are
So
usually
no.
light weapons.
Hands are normally light weapons, but I think this is separate.
That just kind of like a chop to the back of the head.
Are you sure? Oh, knocking her out.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're nicer than I was.
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad
mean,
to
we
go
could
first.
still take
Oh, you're
her
not
as,
trying to. You're trying
information.
to.
I mean, if this is gonna
she
do the
hurt
thing,
Anon, so
then
now
it does
Anon
the
kinda
thing.
hates her.
But
But Anon can torture
Yeah, you just
her.
have to touch them.
okay,
Yeah, she
Anon can torture her if we take her.
3
That's
damage.
true.
And
There's
there's...
to Anon.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. So it's just.
Is there a carpet in here? We'll roll her
So you just need to be
into
able
the
to
carpet
roll
and then
to
take her
actually
to
touch
the
her because
facility.
she's not. She's
Okay.
gonna resist that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's hard to say. I
We're
think
very
you're doing
awful
this as a
people.
melee
We
attack.
are,
So
but we
normally
need
a
information.
melee attack
We're
would count as a light
information
weapon.
givers.
What you're doing? Sorry, I'm talking. Sorry.
Yeah, I just can't.
Normally a melee attack would count as the. I think you're replacing the damage. I don't think this is additional damage to the melee attack because normally you would deal 2 damage with a melee attack. This would potentially be 5. We should double check.
And then there's also the effect of adding the heat damage to thing.
Right.
So it's just like a
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Roll it. It'd be 1 easier. So you need 9 or higher.
11.
Yeah. So you like grab the back of her cloak and it just bursts into flame in your hands and you hear kind of that scream of someone who is dying.
That scream.
That scream.
The one like.
And that like kind of resolves itself into this like twisted sort of laugh as like the last of her energy dissipates from her body and she crumples to the
Naj
ground.
just says, "I'm sorry."
Okay.
There goes our information.
I'm gonna narrate us out of this. You gather up everything in the room and you kind of hurry out of the room and Quinn is like, "Ooh, well, that was something." And you eventually make it all the way back. You head up to the scroll and tome. You knock on the door and like bedraggled say the word pumpernickel, and your Claire will let you back in. And that is where we will end our episode for next time. You'll translate back to Earth, kind of return to your normal forms, and we'll return next week for another episode of Worlds Beyond.
I'm writing down some character interaction notes because it needs to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Next week's gonna be spooktacular. All right.
Spooky, scary, skeleton.
I'm gonna refresh this page. Spooky, scary.
Are they spoopy or spooky skeletons? Because there's a major difference, and one is acceptable to y'all.
Oh, okay. All right. We have one tip from Mito Sticko.
Oh, that name in a while.
I haven't seen those in a while. New improved sliders. SLIDERS. Now with more bacon. Order a snack pack and get a free Snakes and Ladders board game. Order 2 snack packs and we'll throw in some danglies too. Combo with habanero fire punch Mito Stickos. We've got big plans for you.
I love that
Mito
one.
Stickos. Now we have one from Paladin Hulk with no message. Who would like to fill in our message?
Singing?
Oh, is it bone on the outside,
Side,
goo
on the inside.
bone on the outside, goo on the
Yeah.
inside, teeth.
I just want to point out your method for unwrapping your hands is just to wrap the other hand.
Classic Oswald.
I assume you're aware of what you were doing.
No, I don't
And
think
finally from Void Smoker with $25. As a longtime fan of Danglies, Glaives, Pumpernickel, and Flaming Bandages, I really like this show.
Aww.
Thank you. Your fan art is so great.
Yes, it
It
is.
is so good. All right. You were all wonderful and amazing people. We ran a little bit late, but thank you for sticking with us. As a reminder, next week, time zones. They're different where you are and the same where we are because America's special that way.
Continental America.
Continental America, the United States of America. So if you are not part of that country, then you may need to adjust the time in which our show will be beginning. It'll be starting an hour earlier than you think it will be, unless you have already figured out the time difference. So next week, both Eat, Pray, Kill and Worlds Beyond will be starting an hour earlier if you are outside of the United States of America. With that, If you're at Geek Girl Con, again, come check us out. We'll be there. We're great. Come say hi to us. And let's do a really quick sign-off. Who are these wonderful people? Where can you find them on the internet? Let's start with someone who hasn't started yet today.
Hi, I'm Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH, ding.
Oh,
and you
sorry.
can find me, there we go, delayed, because, time zones.
Yeah, time zones. I started an hour. It was an hour earlier than I thought it was going to be.
You can see me usually for Mondays on Monday. We just finished Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game series, and we're going to be moving into other games soon, so be excited. I'll also be Geek Girl Con if you're going to be there.
Hey, what's up? It's What Is Kiss, aka Ozzy Oswald, aka Dukes McFistum, aka Fire.
Just keep talking.
It's What Is Kiss on Twitter. I saw Fire Fist.
Fire Fist is great.
That's good.
Fire Fist is great. Duke.
Go stick with Fire Fist.
That was Fire Fist.
Duke McFistum is maybe not a name.
Good night, y'all.
I'm Bonsai Baby. That's BABY on Twitch, and then Bonsai BANBABEE on Instagram
Baby.
and Twitter. Baby. And yes, you can also. Unfortunately, I will not be at Geek Girl Con, but I will be at TwitchCon.
Woo!
So hitting it at both fronts. I will be obnoxiously orange. That is how you will find me.
That's actually
It's a good way to find you.
Obnoxiously Orange is a really great tagline.
Obnoxiously orange.
And last but certainly not least.
Hello, I'm Shell Game. I play Anon. Find me on Instagram and Twitter. I love you. Mwah.
And I've been your GM, Random Tuesday. Thank you so much for playing with us, for joining us. We will see you next time. In the meantime, check out our Discord, our Patreon, our various social media channels, and we will see you an hour earlier if you are not in the continental United States. Time zones. Goodbye!